What up, what up, what up, man? Listen, home, by popular demand, Pnoid's now selling merch. Man, look here, all right? We got 3 designs. We got the Pnoid Gorilla regular avatar. We have the Red Dead Redemption. And on top of that, man, listen, we got motherfucking Angry Gorilla, all right? We got t-shirts. We have onesies for your baby. Take your baby and turn it into a baby gorilla. On top of that, we got pillows. Come cuddle up with the gorilla. And on top of that, we got cell phones and mugs. Cop you some merch right now.
All right, Tompies, we are live.
What up, what up, what up, and welcome to Pnoid Live. Man, y'all know the situation, man. We are back. Me and the bottom bitch, man, listen, all right? He hit me up earlier, and I was on another show about another thing, doing some other stuff, and he was like, yo, let's talk about religion and whether or not America was founded on religious principles. And I was like, yo, I'm with it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then Excel was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that because anti-hero, you know what I'm saying, is busy inside of a Discord call, you know what I mean, doing a circle jerk with some niggas.
Yeah, he's the person that put up the questionnaire as to whether or not it was, and he was like, no, not based on Christianity. Yes, totally based on Christianity. And then he just had yes and no. And I answered yes, and I was just like, it's so complicated, though, because that's coming from an atheist.
Yo, like, legit. Because, like, yo, Thomas Jefferson, after the Revolutionary War, instituted, like, policies inside of Virginia as governor where he sat here and he said, hey, look, I want people to choose a religion because, like, you know, I'm tired of them, you know what I mean, acting like a bunch of drunk assholes and shit, right?
Yeah,
you know,
well, Thomas Jefferson also was the same person that in Virginia made the absolute wall between government and religion. I don't know. I think Jefferson himself was a deist, which is one thing that is kind of lost, right? You don't really have deists these days.
Well, unless you're talking like some chick with like a crystal in her forehead or something.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't know what a deist is, it's somebody that, like, they believe God exists, created the universe, set the rules and morality for everything, but the God just stays away, right? You pray and he's not going to answer you, right? It's all up to you, and then whatever happens in the afterlife happens in the afterlife. And that's basically Thomas Jefferson. That's George Washington was very similar.
Mm. Yeah, all right. So, like, yo, first off, like, yo, let me do something real quick. Yo, Piper's Burton, what up, Doku? Man, my brother, how you doing? You know the situation. Hop in if you want to talk. Victor Rand, Arrow, Shogun. Yo, what's going on? How y'all doing, my brothers? Nice to see y'all out here. Shogun, I can't believe you ain't have a wrench. So I gave you one, you know what I'm saying? Evil Dead Hefe, what up, my brother? He's in the call right now at the moment. He's sitting there being quiet. And GC Spectral Umbreon, what up, man? Welcome. You must know the situation. Well, I'm going to tell you the situation. Since the last time we have spoken, Tom Pease has learned of a new thing that they're going to do. And, yo, wow. I'm going to tell you like this. Marty, what's up, man? Tom Pease was right. You know what I'm saying? Again, all right? Tom Pease is always right. But in particular, this one here is one that's near and dear to my heart. You know how I've been calling about this here, the pension crisis for the past 2 years. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs and telling y'all what's going on and what the situation was with it, right? So what they doing is, all right, according to the new plan, is that the Federal Reserve is going to start buying, they're going to start buying municipal bonds for state and local governments. Boom. There we go, baby. I told you it was coming, and it came. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is what the deal is.
Well, you just released a video. Like, we're already at QE infinity, so what's infinity more?
Yo, like, yeah, like, yo, remember how I told y'all it's QE infinity at this point, right? Like, yo, they have just activated, you know what I'm saying, the infinite money glitch, right?
Venezuela will never happen here. We can print all the money we want.
But guys, the Federal Reserve prints our money. Interest doesn't matter. It's all about those Judeo-Christian values.
Whoa, I don't know how you put those two things together that are completely disjointed topics, but good job, Ed.
Well, the interdimensional space demons are Judeo-Christian individuals, all right, when it really comes down to it. Right. Yo, right. But like, yo, so I was sitting here, I was on another stream and we went over Nancy Pelosi's new bill. Opinionated Scotsman, what up? You know what I'm saying? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. Right. Nancy Pelosi stood here and had another bill, right? Or she put out the new bill. After like the Republicans put out, the original one was supposed to be $1 trillion. Then the Republicans put one out, it was 1.5 trillion. Nancy Pelosi said, here, hold my beer. Hers is 2.5 trillion.
Now, Tom, for us as low IQ guys out there,
What up?
is it mainly just SJW shit about the environment, minorities, and Nancy Pelosi's bill?
No, it's not. Like there's a lot of nonsense. Memes, Neffel, what up? Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Right? Like, all right, so
What's going on? Oh,
yo,
the bills. Continue.
$2.5 trillion memes. That's what's going on right now.
2.5 now.
Yeah.
2.5 trillion.
Go on.
Okay, so Nancy Pelosi put a bill out and she said, you know, I mean, we're going to give money to businesses and things of this nature. They told the airlines in the bill, they said, look, you know what I'm saying? If you want to stand here and receive help from the federal government, right, you have to have 50% reduction in your carbon emissions coming out of the back end and fuel efficiency of your airplanes and jets, or of your jets that are flying across the sky.
The worst part
Man,
about
the
all this
second-
is it's anybody that's listening to this sounds like it's complete bullshit. This has nothing to do with the coronavirus crisis. But at
Well-
the same time, the New York Times is running a fucking headline saying the stimulus bill for the coronavirus failed and it's all Mitch McConnell's fault. Which is not true. It's not true at all.
Like, I literally don't.
You actually had Republicans willing to hand out 1.5 trillion fucking dollars, including blanket checks of $1,000 to anybody, regardless of circumstance, that makes
that's
less
changed
than
too.
$100,000 a year.
That has changed now. Now it's
76.
$1,500 per person and up to $7,500 for a family of 5.
I wish I could just give it back, but I'm not. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna
Why
buy gold.
did I
I'm gonna
have
buy
more
silver.
kids? God damn it! Why did I have more kids?
Like the day I get that check is the day I'm gonna just go like let's buy some gold, buy almost an ounce,
All right,
sit on it.
Okay, here we go. Marty Hertz. They said no. Here's what they said. They said all companies must have a union officer on their board that are going to receive the money.
That's not necessarily the worst idea.
It is
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
the worst
pretty
idea.
bad.
I mean, I would say it's probably not the best time or place to bring it up. I'd say it should be its own separate legislation, but
Yeah, that's memes. That's the real issue. Is that we're dealing with a very specific thing that even I have a hard time grappling with because I'm against bailouts and government handouts. But yet at the same time, the government is responsible for telling everybody to shut everything down. Now, whether or not you agree that it was the right move based on the coronavirus is irrelevant to the fact that these companies had no decisions to make in their own financial interest. They just
That's
said
actually very true.
you've got to stop. Right, you're an airliner, right? It just costs you money just to exist. Like planes sitting around, that costs you money.
that's most
And you
businesses
can't,
do it.
you can't do shit.
Well, how about this? How about this one here? Like, how are you going to be a congressman telling rocket scientists how to fucking how to have fuel efficiency in jets?
But Tom,
Okay, hold up. I
there's
had
no
to.
AOC. AOC, she knows
Wait,
more than everyone.
Yo, Evil,
She knows
hang on.
more
Hang
than
on, hang on.
everyone.
Let Doku talk. Let Doku talk. What up, Doku?
No, I had to pull this up because I saw this just earlier. So this is what Pelosi wants in her fucking relief package: required early voting, required same-day voter registration, provisions on official time for union collective bargaining, full offset of airline emissions by 2025, publication and reporting of greenhouse gas statistics for individual flights, retirement plans for community newspaper employees, federal $15 minimum wage, permanent paid leave, and study on climate change mitigation efforts.
Oh, we're not
Just
done.
to
We're not
name a
done.
few.
Yeah, we're not done. We're not done. Hang on. She also wants everybody who's going to take bailout money, every company, to have an automatic $15 an hour minimum wage for their company.
Yep.
Yeah.
And none of this shit has jack to do with the fucking coronavirus It's just them literally trying to railroad through the same fucking pseudo-globalist socialist bullshit agenda that they've been trying to push for the past fucking 3 damn decades. If
Now,
not
so
those
longer.
it's
may be
Bastard,
noble
what up, man?
goals,
Welcome, my
but
brother, welcome.
this, I don't think this is the best bill for it. If you're going to present that, you then negotiate, and then you quickly come to a solution because, like you all said, if the government is basically telling people and businesses, yeah, stay home, and people can't earn a living in these United States, the government owns it.
Well, this is the crazy thing. They want to use the relief effort, a one-time injection mandated by government. Yeah, you get a check, some hospitals get a check, some small businesses get a check, just to try to keep everything from collapsing in on itself, because we have this thing called fractional reserve banking and a Federal Reserve that buys treasury bonds. Yeah, you could technically do it. It's not smart in the long run, but in the short term, they've been doing it for 100 years. Welcome to the reverse tax of inflation. But all of this crap she's trying to railroad through, you're telling me that according to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, that I'm a conspiracy theorist for making the suggestion that this whole entire pandemic is being politicized to push a globalist socialist agenda? I'm the conspiracy theorist? Bro, they're openly fucking admitting it. Look at what they're doing.
I have a very conservative doctor, and I was talking to him about it, and he was just like, man, like a couple months ago, I had some people coming in with symptoms like this, and they said, yeah, I'm going to test you for the flu because it sounds like the flu, and they tested negative. He just gave them some stuff to treat the symptoms, sent them home. He said the same thing. He's just like, I almost think the entire crisis is just to introduce socialism to people and make them think it's a good idea.
Potentially, sorry to cut you off, Doku, but the thing is, I did hear kind of an antithesis case of this because my stepbrother, he actually lives in Seattle, and I was hearing potential reports that basically there was a doctor over there, and she actually tested some patients. They came back positive, and then people told her to just stop testing people.
I mean, that's basically the same shit China did.
I mean, both those instances, I completely believe, like what you were just saying, Excel.
Oh, and that's the thing. Coming out of Seattle, they already have a very, very socialist way of going about things, just the way they run their state government. I mean, they have probably, outside of California and New York, they probably have the third or fourth most widespread social safety net, as the term goes.
The way my stepbrother put it was that West Coast liberals are ahead of East Coast liberals by 20 years.
I'd give him that.
How you define ahead, I mean, that could be up for debate.
Well, I made a tweet earlier because I think it's relevant. Upon seeing how everything has been handled with this whole coronavirus and the relief package and, what Pelosi and House Democrats did, sit down and honestly ask yourself, I do not care where you fall on the political spectrum or what your ideological dogma is. Just honestly ask yourself one question. Do I really want to put my healthcare, my life and well-being in the hands of a government entity, either directly or mandated? Because I think this is a pretty good case for why the private sector, for-profit greed is good, is probably a better option than government mandate when somebody can just come in off of an extended recess and just railroad the ever-living fuck out of you. Like, let's be perfectly blunt about this. It's rare I'll say that something is a black and white issue. I'll say this one's pretty fucking obvious and it's pretty black and white. If anybody has anything they want to say to play devil's advocate or disagree with me, be my guest. But where there's smoke, there's fire, so they say, and I think the proof is in the fucking pudding on this one. This is why I hate bureaucracy.
Okay, I want to say this. I'm looking at this bill, right, from Nancy Pelosi. It is 1,400 pages.
Holy sh! Yeah, they do that intentionally because they don't want you to read it. They just want you to pass it.
Yeah, no, Tom, you sent that to me, and I was just looked at how many pages it was, and I was like, "What the fuck are we gonna do with this on a stream?"
It's just like the Affordable Health Care Act. We'll pass it now. Look at it later.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's gonna take me like 5 hours just to read the fucking thing. Nevertheless, go through a stream about it.
I'm sitting here going through it right at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like skimming it for whatever, right?
I wouldn't bother.
I don't know.
But you're right. We gotta pass it before we know what's in it.
Like, if anybody
the worst
read this
is
fucking thing?
yeah, no, of course not. Like, they're gonna pass it, and a whole bunch of people. Like, remember when I think Rand Paul introduced the Read the Bills Act? It seemed very simple. They just said every congressperson must agree to read the full bill before they pass anything, and they didn't do it. Right? They said no, that's too much. We cannot read for what we are voting on. We just need to follow our party masters.
Well, dude, they're not even hiding it at this point in time. It's not a theory anymore. It's blatantly obvious. Like, what's the fucking dude from South Carolina, Claiborne? He flat out said this this is a great opportunity for us to reshape the world in our view or some shit like that.
Never let a good crisis go to waste, man.
Hang on, hold up. I'm on page 33, right? I came across the phrase, right? It says Department of Energy Program for an additional amount for science, $99,500,000
for science.
So
it has science
in a 1,400-page bill, you only had to get to line 14.
It says science in fucking quotes.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god, bro. What the? Who the hell still believes that this isn't being fucking weaponized for political purposes and agenda pushing? Like, bro, your head isn't even in the sand, dude. You're drowning in the tar pit if you still believe that nonsense. What the? It's obvious.
Look, we need more science. All right, like everybody, we have to have science.
I shouldn't be laughing at this, but like, bro, this is so fucking ridiculous. Like, if you need proof that the clown world theory is indeed true, like, bro, it's happening right in front of us. You can't deny it at this point in time.
You can give me a giraffe and a kaiju elephant exploration.
I don't even know. Like, nigga, you sound like you was talking in a can underwater being beaten by a fucking cat.
Yeah, memes. You're supposed to be a professional content creator now. What's up with your microphone?
What the fuck is going on? Your mic is
Fix your fucking voice.
You sound like Bane, like if he had Down syndrome. Sound like Bane if he had a hair lip.
I wouldn't even be giving you this shit if it wasn't for the fact you made your own YouTube channel, been posting videos, but I know you can do better now.
Yeah, you set the standard, bro. You can't hide. You can't run away from it. But no, seriously, like, none of this has anything to do with virus response or relief.
Right. Hang on. Okay. Government Services Administration, Real Property Activities, Federal Buildings Fund, Building Operations. For an additional amount to be deposited in the Federal Buildings Fund, $275 million.
Oh, man. They're literally taking a virus relief and response package and just trying to use it to pass a fucking budget that they couldn't get passed.
I got another one. For an additional amount for the Technology Modernization Fund, $3 billion.
Okay, you know what? That one I'm kind of all right. We do need some infrastructure update and everything, but dude, that's a bipartisan thing. Republicans have been saying that too. So have Democrats. Like, okay, yeah, I'll give you that one, but still, homie, let's get back to the square one issue here. None of this has to do with virus response or relief. This is a federal budget. This isn't a relief bill or a relief package.
Okay.
Hey, yo, both you shut up. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
Fucking Reagan.
You know, I know they say that that's the scariest 9 words. Bro, I'll tell you the scarier 2 words. Career politician.
Yeah,
that's an oxymoron right there.
Those motherfuckers are just playing with monopoly money. Like, the reason we're at QE of infinity is because Obama drugged the recession so long that we were already at like QE, infinity -1. And then this shit happens.
More or less. You guys remember the Obama shovel-ready jobs that never happened? And it put guys like me in 2 or 3 jobs at medium wage.
Okay.
$14 trillion under the Obama administration through QE.
Hang on. I found a new one. This is great. For payment to the Postal Service Fund.
Yeah, she wants to bail out the postal service. Bro, the postal
25
service has never turned a profit.
$25 billion.
Not to mention that, but they're making extra money now because everybody's ordering everything delivery. Even right now, I have a Caesar salad and a calzone on the way with no contact delivery. That's the only option available to me. But I'm just saying, nobody.
Before. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off. My bad, dude.
I was just gonna say, nobody that's delivering shit is hurting right now, except for Tom Pnoid for some reason.
Well, again, because that's private sector. Here's the thing: the postal service doesn't need to turn a profit. It's a government-funded entity. Like, why are you talking about bailing out the postal service? You know what that is? That's fucking political speak for give the government more money. And the postal service was never turning a profit even before we were off the gold standard.
Okay, wait. We're going to give $453 million to the Operation of Indian program.
What does that even mean? Look, are you gonna subsidize fucking Indian casinos now? Like,
hang on, wait. We have $69 million for the Operation of Indian education programs.
What the fuck does it matter that it's even Indian? Like, why not just an extra 69 million to government-run education programs? Why, bro? This is why I can't stand identity politics. It doesn't matter what your fucking ethnicity or skin. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, your skin color, your race, religion. None of that should be a qualifier. Doesn't that go against the Civil Rights Act? Isn't that illegal?
Racist to counteract this.
Indian Affairs. You know what I'm saying? It's for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. That's why.
Oh, so it's for a specific.
Like Native Indian or like Dot Indians?
They were here first, and Christopher Columbus came and murdered them all. So we got to give them money.
Yes. Okay. Let's give them more tax cigarettes. Let's increase their alcoholism and their meth use. Yes. Yes, Pelosi. It sounds great. Great fucking plan.
That whole Department of what do you say? Indian Services or
Indian Affairs?
Indian Affairs. This is why I say that politicians come up with these little pet projects to try to fund certain things so the government can expand their power. We could liquidate half of the 3- and 4-letter agencies today, cut down our spending, and just go about with just the basic needs and necessities. This is why big government bureaucracy is bad.
Wait. Okay, ready? John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts Operations and Maintenance. $35 million for operations and maintenance.
Wait, yeah. So
none of this has anything to do with public health.
So
what the fuck?
Wait. $300 million. Wait, $300 million for grants and administration to the National Endowment for the Arts.
We also have Marty Hers in chat saying that at some point you're gonna find the reparations part. Marty, if you know what line that's on, let Tom P know and we will skip to it.
Yeah, I will skip to it. All right.
Now for the arts, like humanities, not actual art, but like grievance studies.
So, dude, this whole thing is a budget. Like, this is a budget bill that they're trying to pass, under the guise of, it's economic relief package in response to the coronavirus and the economic slowdown. No, it's not, dude. This is a fucking budget bill.
It's not even a budget bill. It's a how much money are we going to print bill.
It's not a budget. This is not a budget bill.
Yeah, we don't.
They're not redoing the U.S. budget.
Yeah, it's not like the government which is sitting on a nest egg of savings and using it in a term of crisis. It's like, no, we were already in debt. We're just gonna go more into debt and hope it doesn't collapse the currency.
Okay, fair point. I will correct myself on the budget part. No, this is a government expansion bill. This is, let's see how much further we can reach our tendrils into everyday life and society while expanding our own personal power. And you know what? It would not shock me if somewhere hidden in these 1,400 pages, which they did not write that shit up overnight. They've probably been sitting on this thing for fucking years. I guarantee you somewhere in there it's going to have pensions for government workers, people like Pelosi, and also a fucking pay raise for them because I know they're printing money.
Yeah.
All right. So for an additional amount for Job Corps, $100 million. Everybody in the government gets money.
There it is.
Everyone.
There it is. Fucking called it. Bro, it's the same
Wait.
song and dance. It's always the same song and dance with these people.
Underdog just asked, is like, doesn't her bill say diversity be up 36 times? Well, I can confirm that it's on 14 different pages by doing the search on the PDF
The keyword
file.
search.
Yeah, so but it only lists it by pages and say like the number of instances. So that sounds about right. You know, if it's going to be on a page, it's probably going to be said at least twice, maybe 3 times. So 36 sounds about
Yeah, no, that's a fair estimate. I would agree with that. I wouldn't question it.
Well, let me take 1 second. Let's say goodbye to everyone here and in chat in an epic manner. You guys, is that allowed? Is that cool? I just take 1 second to say bye, then step the fuck out and let you guys go off your stream because Ed is an idiot and Ed's been drinking.
Well, Ed.
Hey,
Okay.
I love
That's
your,
yours, Ed.
I love your self-conscientious behavior. Now
Yes.
Yes, it is very self-conscious.
You know,
We've all seen dumb Ed.
get the fuck out.
Good job, buddy. Okay.
yeah.
So
there we go.
I'm looking through this. $1.4 billion for low income home energy assistance.
Okay, let's expand the welfare state. Again, I don't see how this has anything to do with pandemic response.
Payments to states for the Child Care and Development Block Grant. 6. That's thousands, millions, billions. No, wait. Yeah, $6 billion. There we go. Yeah.
Again, I don't see how any of this has anything to do with crisis response. Because it doesn't.
Children and Family Services Programs, $5.2 billion.
Well, and you know, some of this fucking bullshit is Republicans too, right? They're not that far apart.
$1 billion for Head Start.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah. Sitting here looking. Operating supplemental $600 million for summer programs.
No. Just no.
Yeah.
Government funded summer camps for your kids so we can indoctrinate them further into Marxism.
$2
Yay.
million for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. We need more of that.
Yeah.
$100 million for the Family Violence Prevention and Services Formula.
So, all of this is bleeding heart bullshit. Like, what?
But, yeah, fish smell.
$100 million for carrying out activities under the Runaway and Homeless Youth Act.
Yeah, Fishmail has an actual legitimate question. What the fuck is Head Start? It's actually a program that has been proven to not do anything at all to give like free preschool to underprivileged children.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something to help disenfranchise youth, have a more equal playing field. It's done nothing. It's literally a waste of money.
They've had no results whatsoever.
Okay.
They've actually had negative results.
For an amount for Aging and Disability Services Program, $1.2 billion. All right.
Social safety net expansion.
All right.
There we go.
$1 billion
Tom,
under the Older Americans Act, including $200 million for supportive services, $720 million for nutrition services. What?
Nutrition services make sense. Tom, I just want to step back. So with the Head Start program where you're like, it had negative effects, you don't understand. So what government does is it determines preemptively how effective a program will be. And then after they have time to sample the size and see the results, they agree that their initial determination was correct. And they just say, God, it would have been so much worse if we wouldn't have had this Head Start program.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they do.
That's how government works. They're just like, oh man, we reduced. They'll like put out stats like we reduced, college dropout rates by 20%, even though like it went up by 5% over the same course of time.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, Pnoid, real quick. That's kind of what I mean by negative effects is violence in quote, quote, disenfranchised area or for underprivileged people. None of that's changed. The only thing we did was we but wasted a bunch of money on something that's ineffective. But, you know, the government will do a study to try to justify its fucking reasoning for having this program in the first place, which also is funded by government.
$100 billion public health and social services emergency fund.
I could maybe see that one, but I really need elaboration because that's some very broad language.
Well, that's what it's for. All right, for an additional amount, because this is just all right. This is just part of it. All right, this started off with $500 billion, 500 million. Wait, hang on. Where's it start at? Hang on. All right, here we go. All right, so we put out $6 billion to remain available until September 30th, 2024, to prevent and prepare for and respond to coronavirus domestically or internationally, including the development of necessary countermeasures, vaccines, prioritizing platform-based technologies with U.S.-based manufacturing capabilities. The purchases of vaccines, prioritizing platform-based technologies, the purchase of vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostic necessary medical supplies, as well as medical surge capacity, workforce modernization, enhancement to the U.S. Commission Corps, telehealth access, infrastructure, initial advanced manufacturing, related administration activities. No less than $1 billion shall be dedicated to development of translation and demonstration at a scale of innovations in manufacturing platforms to support vitally necessary medical countermeasures to support a reliable U.S. source supply chain of vaccines, therapeutics, small molecule APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, including construction costs provided further that the Secretary of Health and Human Services provide vaccines developed using funds made available under the heading of this act. All right, so
Yeah, you know what's fucked is this is a $15 trillion bill. Tom P is only on like page 3 out of 1400. So there's
I'm on page 106 right now. I'm on page 106.
Page 106. Still, nonetheless, right? Like that's like line what? Like fucking 1200.
Thing is, what you just read, that is the only thing thus far that you have read that relates to coronavirus and emergency medical response, and it doesn't even account for, like, how much did you say it was? Total of, like, what, 6 billion, something like that?
Wait,
Okay,
where's all the rest of the money?
No, Tom P,
50?
this is important, man. Adonis Paul, he just showed up because he just wants to know what the situation is.
Nah, I don't know, fucking nigga. Like, yo, the situation is, I'm over here fucking trying to figure out what the situation is with these fucking retards. Yo, look, the bill went from a trillion to 1.5 trillion to 2.5 trillion, right, in a matter of like 4 days. All right. So I'm assuming by like next week it'll be at 5 trillion. All right. Like that's where we are. It's like the coronavirus, the shit's doubling like every day and shit. Right. That's where we are at the moment.
They keep stacking new stuff on, and
well, there's 50. I was about to read one. State Fiscal Stabilization Fund, $50 billion for the Department of Education. State Fiscal Stabilization Fund.
You know, I'm gonna be a good little capitalist over here and make the argument. None of this would happen or be an issue if the government didn't have its fucking fingers in all of this, and you just let the free market do its thing. If it was a U.S. start to finish supply chain, and we weren't worried about, oh, China's gonna withhold medical supplies, none of this would be fucking necessary.
Yes, $9.5 billion for higher education.
Yeah, unfortunately, our healthcare system hasn't been free market in a long fucking time.
Unfortunately, but again, companies would be making money hand over fist over.
I'm reading numbers from Nancy Pelosi's new bill right now. Everybody who don't know or just joined us, whatever. I'm just going through a 1,404-page bill that Nancy Pelosi put out that is $2.5 trillion. Just reading you where the money goes.
Dude, here if the free market was not hindered by fucking government, because government is not designed to be efficient. That's basic civics right there.
Okay.
If the company making hospital beds would be producing that shit like a motherfucker.
I got you. You're gonna love this. Social Security Administration limitation on administrative expenses. Limitation on administrative expenses, $510 million.
Oh, God, bro.
Yeah, it literally makes put on a dress. This is what this makes you want to do. Like, so I could just get some free money and they can just leave me alone. Like, this is fucking, yo, I don't even know what to say about this. Like, I feel like my children are going to hate us when we get older for what we did to
And hey, bro, I'm not sure what to say. It's rare that I'm at a loss for words, and you know me, I'm a fucking chatterbox. This shit's ridiculous.
It is.
This
It's
is
fucking
absurd.
patently insane. $13 million for the Veterans General Operating Expenses Veterans Benefit Administration. Well, maybe you should have put that. Oh, wait. Okay, medical services, $14 billion. $2.1 billion for medical community care for veterans. There we go. See, this is some money that should be going these places.
No, that's fair, but again, this is not the purpose of why we're trying to pass the bill. Like,
Information technology system, we get $3 billion for the Veterans Association.
again, some of the stuff I agree
Free
with,
money.
but
This is just free money for everything. The Department of State Migration and Refugee Assistance, $300 million. Peace Corps gets $90 million.
or I just came up with the best way to describe what this is. When Donald Trump said that America would never be a socialist nation back at the State of the Union address, this bill is Nancy Pelosi saying, "Hold my beer." That's what this is.
Department of State Foreign Operations and Related Programs Appropriation Act, $100 million. And inserting in lieu thereof, $110 million.
Oh, just for the record, quick update for everyone. I'm running a brief poll on Twitter. We're at 1,459 votes. Nancy Pelosi, for who is the worst, is beating Hillary Clinton by 32%, with only 1% going for Feinstein and 2% going for Maxine Waters. Pelosi, people are pissed at you.
Pelosi, people hate Pelosi. Okay.
But dude, she's beating Hillary. Like, in a way, it's not an achievement to be proud of, but it's an achievement nonetheless.
What update? Okay. Hang on. Somebody explain this to me. Okay. In general, in order to pay for the increase in United States subscription to the bank under subsection, they are authorized and appropriated without fiscal year limitation, $7,286,587,008 for payment by the Secretary of the Treasury.
That is a very specific number. I'm going to ask you to reread that to me real quick, and I might be able to make heads and tails of this, because I think I know what it's saying.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out. All right, Section 8, capital increases and amendments to the Articles of the Agreement. The United States government under the corporation is authorized, governor of the corporation is authorized to vote in favor of resolution to increase the authorized capital stock of the corporation by 16,999,998 shares and implement the conversion of a portion of the retained earnings of the corporation into paid capital, which will result in the United States being issued an additional 3,771,889 shares of capital stock without any cash contribution.
Oh, so it's the same thing that happened with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mae, and Ginnie Mac back with the mortgage-backed securities, the toxic assets. It's basically
explain this. Tell me what's going on.
So essentially what they're saying is that if necessary, the government through the Treasury can buy up shares of a banking institution, effectively nationalizing the banking institution without having to, actually nationalize the bank. That's basically what they're saying. So they don't have to give the bank money directly, but what they can do is they can buy the shares to prevent another AIG or Lehman Brothers situation. That's what they're doing.
Because this says the African Development Fund. The African Development Fund Act is amended by adding to the end of the following new section. The United States governor of the fund is authorized to contribute on behalf of the United States $513 million to the 15th replenishment of the resources of the fund, subject to the obtaining the necessary appropriations.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck the African Development Fund is, but I guarantee it
Somebody
has
look that
nothing
shit
to do
up.
with what's going on with coronavirus.
Excel, get on your Google machine to find out what the African Development Fund is.
All right, man, I'm on it.
All right, figure out what the fuck they're giving our money to.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I'm gonna throw a dart at the dartboard and hope I'm not correct and I don't hit a bullseye. But that sounds like a backdoor reparations clause to me. I'm just gonna throw a guess out there.
Okay, so the Secretary of Treasury.
Wait, no, hold
Right.
on. I've already got it. The ADF contributes to the promotion of economic and social development in the 38 least developed African countries by providing concessional funding for projects and programs, as well as technical assistance for studies and capacity building activities. So basically, it's the whole thing where like stop feeding the Africans, and that's what they're trying to fund. Feeding the Africans.
Oh, so they're not even talking about African Americans or poor, disenfranchised communities
No,
within
this is
America.
actually people in Africa.
Oh, so it's welcome to globalism, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know where your tax dollars are going? I don't know. Ask whatever African country is getting it, because it ain't going to our poor. Apparently, it's not going to our homeless. It's going to feed African countries. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what to say to that one. I'm kind of laughing, but I'm more irritated. Why do we give handouts to?
You're kind of laughing and irritated, but you're like, I want to be irritated, but it's like, of course,
because it's so absurd.
Of course, our government's doing that. That's what we expect.
Okay. All right. For an additional amount for transit infrastructure grants, $25 billion.
Sure.
And I would like to see a breakdown, obviously, but I know that money is going to be completely wasted, and only about 10% of it's going to be used effectively.
Yeah, I mean that's government bureaucracy for you, but transit is one thing where like we're telling people not to use transit or spend money on it, so they're not. So sure.
I mean, over here, I'm in the DMV area, and yeah, we need to expand the metro system. Like, dude, the public transit in the DC area is fucking garbage. Like, but the reason it's garbage is because there's so much bureaucracy in place. For every dollar that actually goes to something beneficial, there's some fucking bureaucrat sitting in an office somewhere that has to approve the money that's getting a fucking $60,000 paycheck.
Speaking of bureaucrats, $1 billion shall be available for additional administrative and other expenses of public housing agencies administering their Section 8 programs.
And there's gonna be 10 more fucking $60,000 a year jobs that are gonna be hired, so that department can expand, so it can actually do its job effectively while wasting 2/3 of that money.
Well, that's only like $600,000. So like, yeah, we need more.
Oh, I'm
like, yo,
I mean, you know I'm being
number
facetious, but you're not wrong.
I know. I just did the math in my head. I'm like, yo, like I'm 50,000 times 20 is, you know, what I mean, fucking 1 million. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're low on that number. They're not creating new jobs. They're just gonna pocket that cash.
Oh, and hell, dude, they're gonna have to
get pinball machines.
No, Rich
dude, they're gonna have to buy a new building just to house all those new jobs.
They're gonna buy a new building to house the cash.
Richo 8181 in chat thinks one of us sounds like AP, and I think he's high.
Yo,
he's probably talking about me.
Which one of us you think sounds like AP?
I bet you money it's me, because I've heard people tell me that before.
I bet you money it's me.
It might be. Maybe it's both of us. Did we pull a reverse? What's that fucking thing from Dragon Ball Z? The fusion? Did we pull a reverse fusion? Are there two APs in chat?
We separated.
For an additional amount for the Community Development Fund, $15 billion for assistance under the Community Development Block Grant Program.
Again, nothing to do with COVID-19.
Wait. All right, that in addition to the amounts allocated pursuant to the providing proviso, an additional $5 billion shall be allocated directly to states to prevent, prepare, and respond to the coronavirus within the state, including activities within entitlement and non-entitlement communities based on public health needs.
And out of all of the things you've been reading out, that is only the second time I have heard COVID-19 mentioned. How long have you been going now? Like 30 minutes or so, roughly?
I don't know. Yeah, we're on page 193 at this point.
Dude,
and we've only heard COVID-19 twice.
I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't expect the stream to go this way. Like, he linked me the whole fucking bill. There's no way. I'm sorry, Pnoid. I'm not gonna keep up scrolling down every line of a 1,400 page bill.
And, you know what the sad part is? We've probably read more.
What we're doing.
Well, I'm just gonna go through and read some of this to y'all, just so like you can understand.
Well,
what the fuck it's all about.
we've certainly fucking like read more than like Peter Schiff is going to tell his like his little cronies to read. Like,
this
just
is
vote for it,
this
we're
is the
good.
thing. We've probably read more and broken down more of this and just pointed out how absurd and ridiculous and unnecessary it is. Probably more than any of the people that are going to be voting on it, and that should terrify the shit out of everyone.
All right. By the way, Richo 8181 confirmed that Doku is the one that sounds like Adonis Paul.
There you go.
I always get that. I don't know why. Apparently, I sound like AP. I'm not taking it as an insult. AP's got a nice, smooth, and sultry voice.
Yeah,
Me,
maybe,
I don't know. I'm just an asshole.
Yeah, maybe it's because I've talked to him a lot, but I don't see it.
Maybe, I don't know. Either way, it's funny.
AP, come in here and try to sound like Doku.
Nani?
Nani?
Oh, by the way, I drug Nomad Capitalist down because he was just sitting out there up in the waiting area.
What up, bro?
Don't know Nomad Capitalist. Don't know what he has to say, but he was up there. So what's up, man?
He did a video with me. He's been on our show before, but we're not gonna dead name him right now.
I'm just gonna say what's up. What's up, no man? Cheers. Bro, the only thing I can do right now is just drink listening to this because it's ridiculous, man. Like,
isn't that what you normally do?
I started drinking 2.5 hours ago, which is about 30 minutes before I decided it was a good idea for me and Tom Pnoid to stream randomly. 30 minutes after. Sorry.
This bill sounds like one word.
Time is hard.
I keep thinking of one word hearing you guys read this bill. Hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely going to be inflation. There ain't no doubt about that. It's just what are we talking about now, Tom? I'm hearing 5 trillion now, so we're definitely going to be over 30 trillion before the year is out, aren't we?
I made the prediction with Tom on a previous video.
Dude, this thing's been going on for a while, and actually, I'm not sure if you were aware, but apparently nobody ever corrected the $1 trillion coin loophole, which 7 years ago, I saw a piece by CNN. I commented on it more recently. I said 2 years ago, hopefully Donald Trump never sees this because, yeah, some of President Obama's people were floating the idea around when they were arguing about the debt ceiling. And yes, it was mentioned, and then they came to an accord. But even still, I'm like, why has nobody actually fixed this?
I'll go off on a brief aside, memes, because I can kind of explain something real quick. And it's about how the Treasury Secretary and the head of the Fed, how they think when it comes to fiat currency, fractional reserve banking, the exchange of money between the Fed and for exchange of Treasury bonds. The logic for them goes something like this. If we can print money and the Treasury will sell us bonds at a certain interest rate, but the Fed can control the rate from the fractional reserve banking perspective, inflation to them is not the concern. They're more concerned about deflation because that they cannot control. Well, that logic would be sound in theory if you didn't take into account the fact that we do live ever since post-World War I, a little bit before that, but mostly post-World War I, in a very high velocity of money globalized economy. So the only thing that really keeps the US dollar afloat and keeps inflation in check is directly tied to the relationship we have with Saudi Arabia and the price of all global exchange is converted from currency A to US dollars and then back to currency. That system falls apart, however. Suddenly, it doesn't matter how high you raise interest rates, you are going to experience inflation and it will be out of your control. It's a very, how do I put it?
Oil has been a great hedge for many years, but oil is also now under what?
It actually did pop back up. Last I checked earlier today before the market closed, it was still back in the 22, 23 range, which ironically enough is still cheaper than what the Saudis are selling it for, which is at $25 per barrel.
That's less than what I think I remember it being in like the 5th grade, and that was like 20 years ago.
Well, and that's because commodities track inflation pretty well, but traders also have an issue. Like futures and derivatives and options have completely muddled the system that is a much longer and more in-depth conversation that I don't think we have time for.
Quick follow-up. You said something about the velocity of trading. Is that also something that keeps our dollar afloat?
No,
Well-
all right. So that velocity of money comes from modern monetary theory. It's really simple. Like the faster that money changes hands, the more inflation you get.
It's before that a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, the faster money
Yeah.
changes hands, which means velocity of money, like how quickly the money moves around the system, is how high the inflation rate goes. Right? It's kind of
Yeah,
how
it's
we're
specifically you
velocity
have-
is tied to
They
inflation.
they replaced the classical definition of inflation with something completely fucking different.
Yes,
Exactly, and this has a lot to do with M1 and M2. M1, and I
Being
always
cash
flip flop
and
these.
savings inside of the United States. M2 being cash savings and investment inside of the actual market.
Yeah, and it's all contingent on money exchange. And again, the theory is that inflation can stay in check through interest rates and the LIBOR rate, as long as, well, the fiat currency Ponzi scheme still stays intact, which is also why I buy gold and silver, because worst case scenario, that's a tangible asset that will respond to inflation eventually if futures and traders and all that don't, specifically looking at you, JP Morgan.
Just like I said,
Don't
when you get your
manipulate
fucking
it.
check from the government, take that like $1,500. What is it now? It's changed.
Okay,
I'll
it's
check gold real quick.
1,500 for each individual and up to 7,500 for a family of 5.
Yeah. So take that money and buy like gold and silver and just sit on it because we're fucked for a while.
That is an option, but in times like this, I'm actually starting to think maybe I should take former VP Biden up on his advice and get a shotgun or something like this, just because I'm looking at what's going on and the investment of things. It's like, yeah, gold might be nice, but dude, when folks are selling gold for cash and stuff like that, when I saw that in like Business Insider, that terrified the hell out of me. I'm like, wait. No, gold goes up this time. This is what happens. It's like people are freaking scared, man. And
You already missed. I'm sorry, memes. You missed the ammo buying time, the gun buying time. That was last week.
yeah.
That was last week when Tom Pnoid showed up at the grocery store. They were out of toilet paper, and he immediately went to the fucking ammo store or the gun store and bought ammo.
It's the hierarchies, and you get stock up on things you need, and you just
Right.
keep a diverse
Like-
schedule, and you go out there multiple times, and you just slowly stock up. So you hope you don't need it, but it's better to need it and not have it than
Tom P,
not-
correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how it went. You went to the toilet paper aisle, you saw it was
Yes.
empty, and then
Yes.
you just immediately were like, well, time to go buy ammo.
Yes.
Not a bad move. And I'll give you guys a brief commodities update since the overseas markets are open. Gold is up 1.62%, trading at $1,592.95 per ounce. Silver's
Not
at $13.72. That's up 3.48%.
Actually, that should be down. It was just at $14 of fucking like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but it popped. And the overseas market, dude, they always buy gold and silver.
I feel
Crude
like
WTI.
It was up to like 14.02 an ounce. I just checked Kitco at like fucking an hour and a half.
China's been buying precious metals for years.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
it has
that
come down a
doesn't
little
matter.
bit.
Yeah, like
Uh,
it should have came like it should have went down. This kind of not instead of up.
And crude oil, WTI crude specifically, West Texas Intermediate, is at 24.41, and Brent oil is at, it's updating, 27.98.
Not bad. All right, yeah, I gotta get out of these fucking oil shorts that I was in.
Yeah, well, a lot of the funds, dude, they're closing both the longs and the shorts. That's what dicked me over. I know we were talking about that in DM.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, dude, I'm just going to hang on to the ones that I'm in because I'm not going to sell it at lower than net asset value. I'll just let them freeze trading on it and just let it liquidate and collect what I can.
You notice I haven't been saying anything about this thing, but it's only because like I'm going through the parts that they didn't have to fund, right? Because Social Security and Medicare is automatically paid for, right? They don't have to fund that. Like it just immediately comes off the top no matter what happens.
Oh yeah, they're kind of locked in on that one. It's unless you just want to tear the whole system down and rebuild it.
Liabilities.
Well, yeah, unless you want to tear the whole system down and rebuild it from the ground up, like
Don't
Medicare, Medicaid
give
isn't
out
going
too
anywhere.
many ideas.
I'm with your ideology. Like, yo, just so everybody knows, like, yo, your fucking senators and congressmen have no power to like actually like they only control a certain portion of the US budget. You know what I mean? They don't really control, you know what I mean? McKinley-Vento Homeless Assistant Act. $15,500,000 for grants. Or $15,500,000,000 for grants.
I wonder how much good that's actually going to do in fucking Portland, Seattle, and San Francisco. Somehow I have a feeling not much.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. $35 billion for housing assistant fund established under Section B. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Actually,
skimming
wait
through
a
the
second.
number.
So the amount of money that's going to the McKenna Homeless Assistant Act, I'm pretty sure that was less than the Refugee Act or whatever they're trying to spend on refugee assistance. I know it's less than what they were saying they were going to send over to Africa and African development.
Yeah,
Yeah, African Development Fund.
they said
Which
they
literally
could,
has nothing to do with reparations and everything to do with just sending random money to Africa because coronavirus.
Yeah, they just like sending money to Africa.
But you want to
They're
stop the
big fans of
international
that.
spread too.
Yeah, man. You know that we got
Actually, that or they just-
Yep, because I guarantee you that African governments are totally going to take all that money and use it to fight coronavirus.
Well, we would keep track of like American taxpayer dollars because that's important, right?
Yep. No, we don't do that because that would be racismo.
What?
Be racist.
Oh, because it's math, or
Yeah, exactly.
Well, apparently math is indeed racist, according to who was it? The NAACP or the SPLC? One of them.
I
They
think
claim-
whatever system we're using right now, all I know is I hear mixed reviews on the Common Core and stuff like that, but we still have like the exact same like word problem stuff. If Mikey has 2 apples and Sally has 5 apples, if Sally gives Timmy 5, I don't care how many apples Timmy freaking has. Talk about something kids are interested in, like Pokemon cards or stuff like that. Just like you're saying with fucking the internet and stuff like that, we can help custom tailor things to kids to actually like make them want to learn. I don't know.
I mean,
Oh,
we could,
a
but
wild
you're assuming
libertarian
that
has appeared.
normally you'd be correct on that memes, but you made one fatal error in reasoning. You're assuming that our education system is actually competent.
I had good teachers. Some were better than others in different respects.
Yeah.
Check this shit out. Y'all are gonna like this. Okay, so all right, moratorium on furnishing adverse information during COVID-19 emergency period.
But
No person may furnish any adverse item of information except information related to a felony criminal conviction relating to a consumer that was a result of any action or an action that occurred during the COVID-19 emergency period. Moratorium on furnishing adverse information during covered major disaster period. No person may furnish any adverse item of information except information related to the felony criminal conviction related to the consumer that was a result of any action or inaction that occurred during a covered major disaster period if the consumer is a resident of the affected area covered by the declaration made by the president under Section 401 of the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, under which assistance is authorized under Section 408 of such act.
Yeah,
Information excluded from consumer reports. In addition to the information described in Section 605, no consumer reporting agency may make any consumer report containing any adverse item of information except information related to a felony conviction reported relating to a consumer that was a result of any action or inaction that occurred during the COVID-19 emergency period or a covered major disaster period and is applicable under subsection blank for 270 days at the expiration of application period.
Yeah, I mean, the First Amendment's some, like, fucking libertarian conspiracy bullshit. So it sounds good to me, man. Put it up
Yo,
there.
like,
Is that
no,
for,
that's
is
not
that
what
for
they're
the
saying.
Defense
No,
Production
no,
Act, or is that for-
1984 is an instruction manual, and I think we should follow it, especially in these hard times.
Do you
No.
hear what they're saying? Do you understand what they're saying?
No,
Is that for the
Correct.
malaria drug?
Economic
correct me if I'm wrong, Pnoid.
Everyone
Please.
needs to hear this. Ed is going to come by. He's going to raid you. He has food. He has guns. He has weapons. Dark Ninja, I'm taking your mama as a fucking soy breed slave.
Shut up.
And you'll take
Shut
your
up.
women.
Shut up. I
Random
don't care about
chat.
your nonsense right now. We're talking about something important. All right, look.
Okay,
Here's the deal.
Pnoid, real quick before you go, because I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, Pnoid, because what I just heard is you're telling me that if I go out and decide to pull a Baltimore riot on a Walmart, that they're going to punish whoever charges me with the crime because
No.
crisis?
No. Basically, what they're saying is they cannot report you for like going default on a loan.
Oh, that's almost as bad, but
Yeah, like if you don't pay your bills, they can't fucking hold it against you on your fucking consumer reports.
Wait, they nullified contracts? Or
Yes.
they're like, you get like a cheat code or bonus lives?
Yes.
oh, so let's just get rid of the
For the
fucking
purpose
entire
of
credit score
extending.
system. Then.
Wait, check this out. All right. No later than 60 days after the date of enactment of the subsection, the Bureau shall create a website for consumers to report under penalty of perjury economic hardship as a result of the coronavirus outbreak or a major disaster. If the consumer is a resident of the affected area covered by such major disaster, for the purpose of extending credit report protection from an additional 270 days after the end of the COVID-19 emergency period or covered major disaster period as applicable. The Bureau shall not require any documentation from a consumer to substantiate the economic hardship and provide notice to the consumer that the report under subparagraph is under penalty of perjury. Reporting period. A consumer may report economic hardship under the subparagraph during COVID-19 emergency period or a covered major disaster period as applicable for up to 60 days thereafter. Database. The Bureau shall establish and maintain a secure database is accessible to each consumer reporting agency described in subsection 603 and nationwide specialty consumer reporting agency for purposes of fulfilling their duties under the paragraph to check and automatically delete any adverse item of information except information related to a felony criminal conviction reported that occurred during the COVID-19 emergency period or a covered major disaster period with respect to a consumer and contains the information reported under paragraph 1. Deletion of adverse items or information by nationwide consuming reporting and national specialty consumer reporting agencies. So basically, nigga, you can run your bills up right now and go fucking and like just basically run a credit card up on a motherfucker, cut it up and tell them to go fuck themselves, and they can't say shit to you till this is over.
Okay, so hold
Well,
up.
you
I'm gonna
know,
put this in
I
context.
would use
I wanna-
that to get a cheap flight to Vegas and go fucking hang out and have a vacation. But unfortunately, all the airlines are down. So,
Well, I want to put this in context real quick because if you look at what Pnoid just read versus with the whole the Treasury can buy up stocks and banks to give them easing so that they don't go bankrupt and they don't go full Lehman Brothers on us. Put the two of those statements back to back. This is how you end up with a nationalized banking industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro, you might as well just tell mycreditreport.com, yeah, you're getting shut down. TurboTax, yeah, you're gonna be absorbed by the IRS, liquidate your assets. We're gonna buy it for pennies on the dollar. Like,
hey, whoa,
Yo,
don't
they
tell me
cannot.
that.
Yo, there's also a ban on reporting medical debt information related to COVID-19 or a major disaster. Right?
So let's nationalize the healthcare system too. Let's just have the government take everything over. Like, oh, but it wasn't real socialism. No, you're right. This isn't real socialism. This is fucking communism.
1877 cars.
Payment for private education loan borrowers as a result of the COVID-19 national emergency is amended by adding at the end of the following new subsection: National Emergency Private Education Loan Repayment Assistance. Effective on the date of the enactment of this section for the duration of the COVID-19 emergency period and the 6-month period immediately following, the Secretary of the Treasury shall for each borrower of a private education loan pay the total amount due for such month on the loan based on the payment plan selected by the borrower or the borrower's loan status. And no capitalization of interest with respect to any loan in repayment during the COVID-19 national emergency period in this 6-month period immediately following. Interest due on a private education loan during such period shall not be capitalized at any time during the COVID-19 national emergency period in the 6-month period immediately following.
Yep, let's nationalize education and student loan debt while we're at it.
At the same time, they're also saying why they've already. I'll take it easy, man.
Yo, all right, I don't know who fucking bounced, but yeah, like, yo, this is amazing. This is, yo, dude, legit. If you want to be a piece of shit hood rat, right now is your fucking time to shine.
I want to be
for real, dude. This is crazy. Again, my mind is actually a little bit boggled. I shouldn't be surprised, but I have to ask the obvious question. Pelosi, House Democrats, Democratic state governors and mayors, are you guys really that worried about 2020? Because this is one of the most ridiculous power grab attempts I think I've ever heard.
Oh no, they're
this
fucked.
is almost a parody.
They're fucked because all the like polls coming out about how Trump is responding to the coronavirus. It's like 55% in favor of him and 55% nationally. That's a fucking ginormous number, right? If you have 55% support, like positive support for anything, you're gonna win re-election. Like coronavirus was supposed to kill Trump. It might re-elect him.
Well, again, this is also in a time where not only are we in a national crisis. I'm not even going to get into whether it's political opportunism or if it's manufactured or overhyped. I'm not going to get into that. But just all things considered, you're at 55% in a country that is pretty much split down the middle, diametrically opposed due to political and ideological dogma, and you still have 55%? That's
yeah, no, like a lot of people, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are turning towards Trump. Like everything that's happened over the last 4 years, you know, we started out Trump's a Nazi, he's a fucking racist, he's the fucking worst ever. He's gonna, like, we can't trust him with the nuclear, like everything they predicted keeps going wrong. Trust in media keeps going down and down. Now you have more people than ever supporting the guy. I don't even like. I don't like what's happening right now at all. I don't like what like decisions he's made. I mean, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. But I'm happier with that than what the alternative.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like I have my issues with Trump, and when I see things I don't like, I'm more than willing to call him out because I did vote for the guy. But I wasn't even taking into account like the constant, relentless efforts to try to demonize and smear and slander him. I didn't take that into account at all. I'm just looking at the poll numbers and what's going on with the economy and his response, and apparently people approve. So I would love to see the poll of it. Well, I already am running one currently, but what's Nancy's approval rating? I'd love to know that. I mean, because like you just pissed off all the Bernie Bros and the Yang Gang.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Check us out. All right. So for HUD housing, right? Suspension of income reviews during the COVID-19 emergency period. The Secretary of Housing and Urban Development and the Secretary of Agriculture shall waive any requirements under law or regulation requiring review of the income of an individual or household for purposes of assistance under a housing assistance program administered by such secretary, except in the provision of housing assistance or in such review as requested by an individual of household due to a loss of income. Authority to suspend or delay deadlines during the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development and the Secretary of Agriculture may suspend or delay any deadline relating to the public housing agencies or owners of homes related owners of houses assisted under a program administered by such secretary, except any deadline related to or responding to exigent conditions related to health and safety, emergency physical conditions.
Well, at least part of that is something that we already knew was in the bill, which they were saying like you can't evict people as fast as you usually would. The idea is
not only that, but like they can't look at your income and shit. Like they can't even look at your fucking income if you live in that housing.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so
their prediction is also the reason behind it is they think this is going to be some sort of V-shaped dip in rise, and it's not. We all know it's not. No, like even in my own company, I might be good this year, but
Adonis Paul's here.
What up?
Yo, what's up, AP?
Chilling, man. I was trying to figure out which one of y'all. I got two questions. Which one of y'all out here trying to sound like me? I heard one of y'all sound like me.
Yeah, it's AFK, motherfucker.
Don't do that anymore, man. Come on.
I can't help
things
it.
are hard enough for me out here, man. Just being me. Having me to compete with. I can't even compete with motherfuckers that ain't me. And Tom P, am I hearing correctly that you don't know what the situation is today?
Yo, man, it's a 14. They gave me 1,400 pages to look at.
Nigga, do you understand that if you don't know what the situation is, motherfuckers are out here thinking they're gonna die?
The niggas is gonna have to die. It's a fact of life.
yo, I'm fucking dumb. Do I sound like a motherfucker who like knows things? Who knows shit? I need somebody like you who knows the situation. So every day I get up and I'm like, all right, that's what the situation is. I go about my day and I don't have to revert to the other Tom P teaching, the second book of Tom P, which is, it is what it is. Like if first you try to know what the situation, now I've studied you, I've read your book, I'm impressed with it. First step, know the situation. Second step, regardless of the situation, it is what it is. Then you move from there. But if we don't know the situation, I don't even know what it is, nigga.
Yo, look. All right, look. Yo, they handed me this fucking nonsense. Yo, it's 1,400 pages, 2.5 trillion fucking dollars in funding that they're gonna give to the Treasury, and they're gonna take that 2.5, put it on black, lay it, split it, cut it down the middle, hit the laxative in the middle, step on it 3 times, and turn it into 6 trillion, right? In order to put it out here into the motherfucking national economy and shit.
Yeah, but that drives the value down on cocaine. You see, like if they just would like know how to sell cocaine, they would know they just drove the value down on all the blow in the neighborhood. Like you can't just be out here making more cocaine.
Real quick.
Out of nowhere?
Breaking news from the CDC is that Tom P, not knowing what the situation is, has officially risen to a death toll higher than COVID-19.
Yo, you want to hear something funny? You want to hear something for real? This is real shit right here. COVID-19 has lowered the death tolls in Chicago. Has lowered the mortality rate of just living in Chicago and getting robbed. No, look, I said it at the very beginning. If you want to know how to survive a crisis, watch black people. When you go through the hoods in the ghetto, when you drive through the hood and there ain't nobody standing out on the street, things are fucked up, man. White people want to go out and jog, try to pretend we're not scared. Be like, it's just all a conspiracy to get Trump into a second term. Be like, bitch, he was gonna get a second term anyway. But like, man, like black people ain't on the street. Something's on fire, man. Like if the weed guy has moved on to a white neighborhood, that's a problem.
You know, you're actually correct. Like, all joking aside, I saw there's all the videos of fucking a bunch of white people, a bunch of Karens out there buying toilet paper.
My job is to look at these videos every day, and I have never seen a black person fighting over toilet paper yet. Saw one fighting over tortillas.
You know what I did see? Karen's fighting over toilet paper all of an aisle 3, and this black dude comes in with a fucking face mask, wearing gloves, and he's got an entire cart full of fucking instant ramen. Like, this man knows what's up.
He's been in prison. He knows he can eat that ramen cold if he has to.
Yo, that motherfucker up like a whole pot full of cheese.
That nigga's like, I've been to prison, man. I'm gonna run this commissary this time. I ain't going in with nothing like last time.
He said, I got these. He said, I got.
Arrow Shogun says, as a black man, he can confirm. As a black man, Arrow can confirm. See, we're not wrong here. And also, Pnoid, who was it? I got to scroll up a little bit for this one, but Talbot was asking if you could drop the link to this document in the chat. Just because I guess other people want to take a look at it. If you got the time to read through 1,400 pages of nonsensical bullshit, be my guest. But
all I know is this, my man. Like people, all these Democrats. I have like some old Democrat friends from high school, and some of them are some fucking Bernie people. And they was like, the sound of how are we gonna pay for it falling down a well? Talking about we shouldn't worry how we're gonna pay for it. And then the Democrats stopped the fucking bill. Suddenly they ain't talking about that no more. They fell right back into line. Well, it's okay if the Democrats say we can't pay.
Well, dude, as I was saying earlier, before you jumped in.
What the Democrats are saying, they're saying like, not only can we pay for it, but we should pay for more.
We have Planned Parenthood and solar panels. What the fuck does either one? Look, they have your abortions, lady.
Healthcare for all or no bailout.
We got real shit to worry about. Fuck your abortions, ladies. All right, let that motherfucker blast you in the face in quarantine if he's got to. Because, look, fuck your abortions. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Fuck your solar panels. That doesn't have shit to do with shit. What are you doing?
Bro, I mean, since we've been going through this, we've gotten backdoor way to nationalize healthcare.
Myself, dude. Just like, just blast this shit over my channel as well. Stream snipe that ass. It was real shit. Nobody knows what the situation is. People are coming to me all fucking day like, yo, what's the situation? I'm like, I don't know, man. Tom P don't even know yet. Motherfucker pulled out a gun and killed himself right there, man.
You know bro, here's the thing. Since we've been reading this shit, we have nationalized healthcare, nationalized education, nationalized credit system, nationalized banking system, and how are we going to pay for it? I would just print money.
Yo.
Oh, by the way, we mentioned COVID-19 3 times now.
Let me hit.
Oh,
hit
no,
you
yo, it's in here like every 10 fucking, like every other line's fucking COVID-19.
Let me
So,
hit
like,
you with
I'm
some
just-
real shit.
What up?
Go ahead, man. No. Oh, all right, get ready
No,
for this.
I'm saying,
gonna lay
I
something on you right now.
I was just reading numbers. Like every time I see a gigantic number, I look what it's for and I go, oh, that's fucking retarded.
Well, nigga,
Right.
I'm dumb and I don't read. But let me tell you what my situation is out here. All right, it's like
What up?
the government says go in your home, says don't go to work, and then they decide they're gonna nationalize a bunch of shit. Then they decide they're gonna give the police powers to indefinitely detain your ass for anything, just walking around in the wrong goddamn place. And then they're like, you know what? We're sorry that we did all this to you. We're gonna figure out a way to cut you some checks. Now you know what you got? Nationalized fucking business. You got communism, nigga. They pay like this. That's communism, nigga.
That's what I said. And bro, oh, by the way, you're not allowed to buy guns. We're gonna freeze all that because the FBI is not doing their background checks anymore. Oh wait,
Communism, nigga.
We had background checks. We had FBI background checks.
Yo, I had a license that was supposed to be out of medical suspension at some point this month because I turned all that shit out on the first. I was ready to go. I've been waiting a year to get my goddamn driver's license. I've been driving anyway because fuck it. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really just look. I got some insurance and everything, and they were like, all right, we see your medical suspension, all this shit. We're gonna give you some insurance. You give this and man. It's still in processing. And I even showed Tom P the website where it was like, yeah, nigga, we recognize that you done paid us everything and you done took care of everything and turned in all the paperwork, got your doctor's signature and everything, but ineligible. Sorry, man, it takes 30 days. And I'm like, but you shut down the government. So if I get pulled, I'm wearing my face mask driving. I'm wearing a drywall respirator while I'm driving out there. Cause fuck it, man. I'm like, them cops ain't pulled me over yet. They probably seen me, but they seen that mask and they know as soon as they ask me to roll down the window, the mask's coming off.
America.
They want to fuck with that. America.
Yo, look,
bro, what I want someone to
I won't
do-
resist arrest, but I'll sneeze all over your ass.
yo, out here, dude. Out here is
No,
catch me if you can. That's law. You know what I'm saying? That is what it is. Catch me if you can. You know, like real talk. Like yo, in Virginia, 1/3 of the entire fucking people who are on the road don't have a fucking license.
Yo, me neither, nigga. I've been driving around for a year like that. I don't give a fuck. They're like, hey man, they're like, hey P, you could legit, you know how you be like just passing out sometimes and your legs didn't work and shit? That can happen to you because you're fucked up, man. And I'm like, but nigga, I need a Slurpee. And I live in the country. It's hot and I want a Slurpee. So you're gonna have to fuck yourself with all that nonsense. I'm a grown man. If I kill somebody, I don't care. Fuck it.
Okay. All right. Hold up. I've reached
America.
page 760, line number 7. I have reached some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna break the whole goddamn internet. You ready? All right.
Oh God.
All right. So, diversity report: the Congressional COVID-19 Aid Oversight Panel, in conjunction with the SIGTARP, shall collect diversity data from any corporation that receives federal aid to COVID-19 and issue a report that will be made publicly available no later than 1 year after the disbursement of funds. In addition to any other data, the report shall include the following: employee demographics, gender, race, and ethnic identity to the extent possible, results disaggregated by ethnic group of the corporation's employees, otherwise known or provided voluntary, for the total number of employees and the career level of employees, executive and or manager versus employees in other roles. Supplier diversity, the number and dollar value vested with minority and women-owned suppliers, and to the extent possible, results disaggregated by ethnic group, including professional services, legal and consulting, and asset managers and deposits and other accounts with minority depository institution as compared to all other vendors and investments. Pay equity, a compensation of pay amongst racial and ethnic minorities. Right?
What do they
As
mean? Like, I'm
compared-
gonna have to make. What do you mean? They're gonna give like niggers money?
No, man. They're saying, like, if you receive federal aid as a business, you have to report like how well you pay each individual inside of your company by race and gender.
Yep,
And
I'm
dude, that
done.
was
I'm
when
done.
I started reading what Pelosi wanted. When I said that businesses were going to have to report not only the demographics where they were in management position, but also how much they get paid. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is basically, essentially, if you receive a single fucking penny from the federal government, well, congratulations, we just nationalized affirmative action in the private
Hang on,
sector.
wait, man. I'm reading this. All right. So corporate board diversity. Corporate board demographic data, including total number of board members, gender, race, and ethnic identity of the board members, right? As otherwise known or provided voluntary board position titles, as well as any leadership and subcommittee assignments, diversity and inclusion officers, the reporting structure of lead diversity officials, number of staff, and budget dedicated to diversity and inclusion initiatives, diversity and inclusive initiatives. Any corporation that receives federal aid related to COVID-19 must maintain officials and budget dedicated to diversity inclusion initiatives for no less than 5 years after disbursement of funds.
Oh, basically what that means is, hi, I'm from the federal government. Here's a penny. Oh, by the way, your board of directors is too white.
That means
Fire
is
half of them.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. What this means is that you're gonna have to open up an office inside of your business, right? And then you're gonna have to stand here and hire a bunch of fucking females and black folks and transgendered Eskimos and whatnot, and put them inside of your business.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's what they're telling you.
No, that's exactly what I was about to say, Pnoid, is if you receive federal funding, if you want like that penny that I'm about to give you because I'm from the government, you're going to have to report to me, oh, your board of directors is too white and too male. You're going to have to either expand it or get rid of half of them and hire a bunch of minorities. And
what if a motherfucker lives in Iowa?
The federal government doesn't care. They don't give a fuck.
What if I live in Montana and there ain't nothing but white people? Kirby Puckett's already got a job. Prince is dead. There ain't no Mexicans in Montana, man.
There's tons of Mexicans in Montana.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll hire some.
Here's the thing, AP. It doesn't matter because they don't give a damn. Because if you don't, well, guess what? You're not getting your federal funding anymore, which you know is going to fuck over a whole hell of a lot of farmers.
No shit. No shit.
Yeah. Like, yo, man, this is the situation. I'm trying to break the situation down as we go.
Oh shit!
This situation doesn't sound good so far.
The situation's fucking terrible. Like, you
also, Pnoid, think about this real quick. You know what this is going to result in.
You understand the situation that was here before you showed the fuck up? Yo, we were out here giving away millions and billions of dollars to fucking Africa for the fucking COVID-19 to the African banking committees.
Because they're the Bureau or whatever the fuck for African Development. I thought they meant African American. No, dude, this money goes like to Africa.
Why is there an American Bureau for African Development? We wasn't even around when that. Like maybe you could hit the French and British with that shit. You know what I mean? The Dutch maybe. But like we didn't go take over no countries in Africa. Fuck you. That's
I feel you, right? But on top of that, not only are we doing that, but we're giving away money to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which is something that existed. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking like long before fucking we ever had an opportunity to even take a breath.
Yeah. No, this is in case anybody needs a reminder, ladies and gentlemen. This is where your tax dollars are going to. Just keep that in mind. You're paying for this shit.
No, we're not.
It ain't free.
They're just printing it. I mean, we're all gonna pay for it via inflation, but
you're paying for it one way or another. If it's through taxes, you'll pay through taxes. If it's through reverse taxing by printing more money and inflation, one way or another, though, you're the ones paying for it because it's your fucking hard work and productivity.
If there's a depression or something because of all this bullshit, like a real ass depression, and like even Tom P can't drive nowhere, that's one of the last industries to go down when shit gets bad is trucking because people always gonna need shit.
Well, man, here's the thing. I want to put this into context for you, AP.
Get jobs, man. Like, I don't want to wear a skirt. Am I gonna have to wear a skirt to get a job?
Nah, maybe. Man. Look, what you got to do is you got to stand here and get your 12 gauge out, rack in a couple of rounds, and start kicking in doors at that point.
Well, I want to put this into context for everybody.
IRL.
Think about this shit. When I say you're going to pay for it,
hold on.
Politicians don't do shit. Politicians aren't producing.
Yo, Doku, hang on. Wait a minute.
I'll pause.
A resident Floridian Mexican wants to say some things.
All right.
First of all, I, for one, who knows how Adonis Powell looks like, I forbid him from wearing a goddamn dress. Like, no.
You don't think I look cute as
I feel like he can pull it off.
No.
I think he could do it. I think he could.
Yo, man, that's
you gotta get him a proper wig.
I never thought I would feel some kind of way about somebody telling me that. But like when the way gaming said it, man, made me feel bad about myself, man. Like, why? What did I do to you? I've done nothing but support you, man. I've done nothing but be kind to you. I may have made a couple jokes at your expense, but you gay. That's gonna happen, nigga. You hanging out with a bunch of men. You suck dick. But we don't look down on you for it, unless you're the one, you're in front of me. But like,
But I mean, do you expect me to lie to you or to be
yes?
Oh, then you fucking pretty with a dress. I mean,
you're the belly.
No, you can't. But if you tell me you're lying,
how your balls roll on your knees and
nigga, how you know about my balls?
Dude, I know
best
everything. Gay, remember?
You got the ball force, man. You just know.
I got more than ball
you can
force.
You can sense the balls.
I'm God level here. What the hell are you talking about? You know, I'm like the ultra gay here, so I know everything just by hearing somebody's voice. Like Pnoid,
he is gay.
We all know Pnoid has like a maybe 5.5 point inch dick, and he like said, "Oh, I'm the biggest." I'm like, bitch, shut up, please.
Yo,
Fine.
look, seriously, why the fuck?
Bro, we derailed into a completely different topic of conversation.
Why are you
funny.
thinking about my dick, gaming? Like, what's fucking going on here?
Ball
everybody
force, man.
everybody gets a nightmare every so often. I mean, you can't blame me for that.
Yo, look, you keep fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lure you underneath of that fucking electromagnet and pick you up by your fucking face.
You wouldn't be the first one to try that. So we're good. We're good, everybody.
Like, they stainless, they ain't magnetic.
We're gonna get a big ass box and a stick and a dildo. We're gonna trap your ass, man. Fucking put that
Yay! Sounds like a good time to me.
dildo. Like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, man.
Oh, the chupacabra and shit.
No, don't call the chupacabra, man. They just gonna be sucking on that motherfucker. He just gonna like it, man. It ain't gonna help.
Yo, I'm gonna call the chupacabra, nigga.
They have to rename it the Vatican the Chupa Vatican after Gaming and Yelling's done with it.
Yeah.
There you go. I know
That was pretty good Spanish. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah,
You've been hanging out with Pablo way too long, though.
I know, man. He calls you a maricon. What does that mean?
It's kind of pronounced wrong, but it took me a second to catch it.
Maricone.
No. Maricon.
Maricon. I want to make sure I call you a faggot right. Maricon.
Yeah, maricon.
Okay, well, I don't mean it. I'm just trying to learn Spanish. I'm not trying to insult you.
I'm good. You could throw all the insults.
No,
I've heard, man. Some of these niggas at the gay clubs, they talk about you. You know.
I mean, I'll be more.
Don't ask why I was there.
Strange.
I was checking on you. You went missing a couple days. I'd run up in the gay club like yo.
I know exactly why you were there, AP. You were there.
I had the
free
coronavirus. Okay, I was sick for like a week. Okay.
So you went to the gay club? Good man. Good man. That's what I'm talking about. There could only be one
queens, you know.
I want you to be the Queen Highlander, man. That's what I'm telling you. There could only be one. There can only be one. It's getting out of control. But I think with just you out there, we'll give you some rape privileges on the smaller motherfuckers.
Right.
Yo, man. Why are they funding election fucking shit in this fucking bill?
By the way, you're pretty late in all the information you throw in. I saw a couple of other shows talking about all the stuff that you just really literally finding out about how, like, in order for you to get a loan, then you have to have women and colors and a bunch of other shit in their companies. So they get fined.
I got a better question.
Gaming likes pussy. He just needed a job.
I got a better question. I got a better question, and I'm pretty sure AP knows the answer. Where is Joe Biden?
Where is Joe Biden?
Wait, he showed up today, I think. Didn't he?
Looking the wrong direction on the fucking green screen.
The nigga wandered off.
We're gonna find him playing chess in a park in Oklahoma somewhere, talking about
wearing a bathrobe.
Wearing his bathrobe with his ass backwards, with his ass hanging out.
All right.
No.
Ask your alien child and come back to me, because I'm pretty sure at least your alien child would know.
No, he's gonna be wearing a fucking bathrobe that he stole from the hotel that he forgot he was staying at, wearing a fucking pair of Crocs.
There are 4 things we don't fuck with in Los Tejas, man, and this includes the child, all right? We don't fuck with rattlesnakes, condoms, Freddie, or Joe Biden.
Why do you not fuck with Joe Biden?
He already does it by himself.
Joe Biden, I mean, you can't put Joe Biden in, I love my grandfather dearly. He's 90 years old, and I love him. He's my favorite relative. But let me tell you something, man. That senile nigga don't need to be running a country. All right? Don't put him in charge of some shit. Leave him on the couch to watch Hallmark Channel. That's what he do.
You also named rattlesnakes, and they have similar behavior, so I get it.
Nah, man, we don't fuck with rattlesnakes and tag. Rattlesnake will fuck you up. People want to act tough till they get rattlesnake bit out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Joe Biden and rattlesnakes, they behave similarly. So
Joe Biden, condoms, rattlesnakes, and Freddie. We don't fuck with Freddie either.
Yo, how surprised would we really be if Joe Biden showed up with like a rattlesnake in each hand, like speaking in tongues?
I would vote for him.
Yeah,
He'd be our next president.
I think I would vote for him too.
He could turn me. If he just came to the podium and went all senile, like he didn't give a fuck anymore, he could get my vote. He
Like if he just like whipped out his dick and took a piss in the middle of a motherfucking like speech and shit, like right on stage, I might have to just go, yeah, fuck it. Let's put this pedal down. You know what I mean? See this car can get off the cliff.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's welcome to being the 46th president of the United States, motherfucker. You pulled your dick out. I didn't think you had it in you. I mean, let's gaming and yelling, director of homosexuality. Do you approve? He'd be like, oh, I approve. And be like, all right, man, you're the president, nigga. Enjoy. Keep that dick out, son.
Yo, let's be honest, bro. There's only one demographic. There's only one demographic that Joe Biden poses a threat to, and that's men that are fucking bald that don't manscape.
Yo, man,
God help you. You better run.
I worked in a gym for a little while, and I got something to see if everybody else has had the same experience. Now, look, it don't make you gay in a locker room if there's dick in front. That is unavoidable. You just gotta be a fucking man, put your clothes on, right? But you notice these old men ain't built like us today, man. Like, I ain't never like these greatest generation motherfuckers. I don't know what it did to them going to Germany and Japan and shit, but man, they be dragging them nuts on the floor, son. Like, maybe there's less testosterone in today's men.
Yeah, there
I don't know what it
is.
is. Like, these motherfuckers these are some big dick having motherfuckers. And I'm like, I remember being when I was working in the gym, like, why the fuck all these old men were just running around naked? And then you figure it out because they just making fun of us all.
Hey, like, I gotta remind you, dude, the Impossible Whopper is a thing.
Yeah, I used to work at the mill, and like, you know, you got the locker room, like the old dudes would always shower up and shit. Like, I never showered.
Yeah, the old motherfuckers just be getting naked like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but like all of a sudden they get naked and their dick is banging on their kneecap, and you're
yes,
like, yo, the fuck is this shit, dude? Like, real talk.
White boys, old white men have the dicks of young black men. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Like, black guys are walking in the shower, walking up next to old racist white men, going, "Nice dick, player." Like, what the fuck? You dick game on title, man. Like, what?
They know.
Where the hell did Tyrone come from? Goddamn.
Shit, I don't know.
Better run. I didn't say it wasn't prison.
The way AP and Pnoid are talking about this shit, I don't know, man. Fuck Burger King's Impossible Walker. I need to go buy myself some fucking 1940s MREs.
Yo, I'm telling you, get some old 1940s C rations and go kill you some Japanese people. Your dick will get big as fuck, dude. I've seen this shit, man. Yo, my grandpa, he could
solve the problem. We've solved the equation.
Grandpa couldn't pee, and he was in the hospital for a while. Remember when I couldn't do shows? I was taking care of Grandpa. Big ass dick on that motherfucker. I was like, why didn't I inherit that shit?
Yo, look.
Fucked up.
Yo, how long, Excel? You still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. How you doing?
I know.
This nigga's messaging me. He's like, yo. He's like, yo, I gotta get up for work in the morning.
Like, I still have to work in the morning, but I think you guys are gonna go all fucking night. So I was just saying, like, I'll just mute and clip it later if you're fine with that.
Don't clip nothing when I'm talking about dicks and shit.
Oh no, like I'm saying I'm gonna mute it, but the stream's gonna go.
Yo, you haven't seen how big an old man's dick is, Pnoid? Like, I don't need that shit on, man. I don't need that shit on fucking Medicare Finbot's channel. Like,
actually, no.
You ever seen these big hard dicks on these old
tomorrow's gonna be AP on fucking Tonka, like AP like fucking old man dick and shit.
There's a Kumite tomorrow.
By the way, AP. Warning blunt streams, man, trust me. There's a lot of people like me that are just working from home and it sucks.
Word.
And they hate their life.
Yo, if the Kumite wanted to do an episode on me, they would have had me on Friday night, man. They actually would have been able to make beef. It wouldn't have gone anywhere because it wouldn't have gone anywhere. It was stupid. But like that video,
Kumite.
You remember the video I accidentally played? That's where they had their opportunity to make beef. That one from Twitter.
You need to.
Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Good. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Good.
I missed it. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yo, no, I took every instance of that video down off every fucking platform. It was so bad, even I disavowed it. Yo,
damn.
Oh damn!
It was a congressman talking about how Chinese people are fucked up because they eat dogs and shit. And so that congressman talking about Chinese people being fucked up. That's perfect for my show. But I didn't watch the whole video. I skipped around in it.
Fuck, I know what the hell you're talking about too.
Yeah, I see it when I close my eyes, man. That German Shepherd getting fried alive by the Chinese person.
Yeah, the dude with the
oil
fucking flamethrower and shit.
Fuck that.
Bro,
I got 1 second into that shit. I shut it the fuck
Yeah.
off, and I apologize to the audience. And I have seen that image every time I've closed my fucking eyes.
Bro, I'm
saw
right
it.
there with you. Pnoid knows when I get angry. Like usually I'm a fucking cheeky bastard, and there's not a lot of things that I've seen.
There was
that
nothing
piss me
funny
off.
about it. There was no jokes to be
No,
made.
it was
about,
fucking.
like,
It was one of the
dog,
most
yeah.
horrendously abhorrent things I've ever seen in my life.
I've seen it, and like all I could do to get over it is to think of Medicare's video about furries.
I didn't think something could affect me like that.
Don't remind me of Caro the fucking wolf.
that scarred me more.
hang on.
So I'm just.
I have a
I just
question.
hold
I have
on
a
to that
question.
one.
Wait, I have a question. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, yo, what?
All right,
I ain't
explain
even
it.
gonna send you the video. I refuse to send you the video. You don't need to
I'll
see
ex-
this. Trust
All right,
me.
I'll
just-
explain it to you, Pnoid, and I'm gonna be as family friendly as possible.
Deep fried goofy.
When you
Oh.
decide to butcher an animal and you cut its throat, at least let it bleed out and die first before you decide to take a fucking blowtorch, like one of the ones that you have to hold the can in one hand and hold the fucking torch in the other.
Yo, it was a acetylene
At least-
torch, man. They
Yeah.
was cutting up a live dog with a goddamn acetylene torch.
Yeah, it's one of the most disgusting, abhorrent things I've ever seen in my life, and I've watched motherfuckers get their head cut off with a chainsaw.
And that wasn't
before,
even the
and I
part
laughed
we
at it.
got to. We just got to the part I got 1 second in to a German Shepherd in a wok and a dude pouring hot oil over it while it was fucking alive and it was screaming. And I shut that. I'm gonna shut the fucking whole show down. That
AP,
fucked me up, dude.
Didn't you know, AP? All cultures are equal. It's
No,
racist
they're
to
fucking
criticize
not,
them.
dude. They're fucking not. And I hate the Chinese people now. I really do.
Racist.
Like once I saw one of them cooking a dog, that was it.
Yeah,
Fuck
well,
it.
let me-
Fuck
let
all
me-
the,
let me-
fuck
let me
all the
keep
kung
this- let
fu
me
that I
keep
learned
this
when I was
all the
young.
way
Fuck all
100.
that shit. I disavow it all. Fuck the Chinese. I want to go to war with their entire fucking country after this shit.
Yo, why?
But the
Yo,
first
it's
thing I
just a
said is
dog.
glass them. No, I mean, dude, at least fucking kill it first.
Neo-Nazi
Hey.
confirmed.
Victor Rand says, "Why well the dog?" Fucking.
Good question. That's the Chinese.
Dog-
What if
dog-
you-
They
what
might
if
have an
you-
answer.
You might need to notch that motherfucker for some angle iron or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not kidding. When I saw that, I was shaking. I was
Yeah.
so fucking furious. And I'm not an animal lover. I don't like animals at all. Like not even kind of close to me. I rarely do that. But I still don't want harm to any fucking animal. That's disgusting.
yeah, like,
you don't do
I
that.
stand with the sodomite on this one, man. Like this motherfucker, like you can't be out here cooking dogs and shit. Like,
Oh, dude,
it
you know,
fucked me up.
I can
dude.
understand. I can understand being desperate, and it's like, bro, if I have to eat grass, I'll eat grass. Like, I understand being desperate and shit, but bro, you don't have to go to that extreme. That's just fucking that.
These
you're
things
either
ain't
a
starving. They're
psychopath or-
buying it at a market. They're buying it at a market right next to fish and chickens. So they're not fucking starving. The dog was obviously more expensive than the fish and the chicken.
AP, did you see the one video of this dude? It was in a Chinese market, and they have frogs in a fucking bucket. I'm talking like a Home Depot bucket.
Yeah,
and
I
he
saw
eats-
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you
no
know what
love
I'm
for
talking
frogs
about?
though, man. Like the way I see it, man, we used to blow them motherfuckers up as a kid with
bro,
firecrackers.
he-
We never did that to no dogs though. There's a
No, but
goddamn
bro,
difference.
No, AP, this man comes in, gives the dude behind the counter a few coins, takes the frog out of the bucket. The frog's still alive, it's not dead. And this man, in the middle of the market, just takes a bite out of the thing while it's still alive. Raw.
I saw Encino Man do that shit.
Yeah,
He
I
worried
mean,
about-
that's
bro,
how they
what?
do things in China, which is why we have COVID-19.
Yo, like fish and reptiles is gross. It's fucked up and gross, but I can let it
Hey,
go.
dude, fried alligator is good. I've had frog legs before. They're not that bad if they're done right. They're good. But bro, you don't eat the frog alive. You cook
Like-
it first. What
Nigga,
the
I
fuck?
can watch somebody eat some rat. I can and if it gets down to it, no. If I got down to starving, like nuclear holocaust type shit, this ain't no coronavirus is gonna get it this bad. But like, let's say the bombs are dropping, Russia invades, China invades us. Yeah, I'll eat this fucking dog. But we ain't there yet. We ain't anywhere close to there yet, motherfucker. That's some prison camp shit. That's some shit from King Rat. Remember that book King Rat, where they're about the prison camp, and one of the parts of the book is they cook up a motherfucker's dog, and these are a bunch of starving ass men talking about, I don't know if I can do this. Like,
Yo, man, I murk out animals on a regular basis. Like I just don't care. You know, what
you
I'm
drive a
saying?
big ass semi truck. You kill more dogs than the Chinese, nigga.
Dude,
I literally-
I've eaten squirrel stew, haggis, snake, all that shit. I don't care.
Yeah, I put up some
Yeah,
pictures
but
of fried
but
cats
he
in the fucking
fucking
Discord.
kills them before he fucking eats them. You know.
Nah, like yo, I'll throw some animals directly into the pot, still breathing. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, nigga, that's fucked up. You can't be throwing dogs into boiling water, Tom P.
Yo, man, you do that shit with crab, you do that shit with lobster, you do that shit with fish. Like, we cut the sides off the catfish, we cut like the fucking fillets off of it, and then watch it swim back
Yeah,
into
but
the
Jesus
water.
said you could do that, so it's okay.
Well, here's the thing, though. At least you fucking cook it first, dude. You're not walking into the market
I'll
just
put a
yanking
nail
out
through
the
a
fucking
catfish.
box.
I'll put a nail through a catfish's fucking head on a board, and I'll peel its goddamn skin off like that. That's how it's done. But that's a fish. That fish didn't try to be my best friend. That fish didn't just want somebody to take it out the pond and be friends with it and shit because it has 1,000 years of breeding to ensure that it was the perfect companion.
How you know what that fucking frog wants? Or how
I
you
know what that fish? Because Jesus said it, man. Jesus was a fisherman, which means fish. You can kill all them motherfuckers, man. Because Jesus did it, and if Jesus killed fish,
look,
then
man,
anybody gets to
like,
kill fish.
you understand that, like, yo, I will eat a cat. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I know you like Chinese food, man, but like this is wrong, Tom
like,
P.
yo, my local Chinese spot got banged out. They had 1,000 groundhogs in the back and shit.
Was you disappointed? You couldn't slide a couple groundhogs out the back before the cops got there? Like, yo, what up? Like, I'm out the back door. Yo, you got some groundhogs?
Hey, yo, at least they fucking cook it first, though. Like, damn, dude. Hey,
I mean, are they slowly drizzling boiling oil over the groundhog while it screams? Because I probably wouldn't want to watch that.
Here's my question. If your dog is sick, are you taking it to the vet to be put down, or you motherfucking shooting it in the head yourself?
I'm taking it to the vet to be put down.
What are you talking about? I got guns, yo. Ammo is cheap. I'm not paying $600.
Nigga, I live in a suburban neighborhood. I can't just be firing off fucking rounds around these white people.
Yo, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I live in the hood and I can open up a fucking round on my dog right now. And I don't even have a dog.
Bro, you know what? I'll be fucking blunt about it. If I was ever gonna get the death penalty, I'd fucking straight up look at the judge and be like, you know what? Fuck your lethal injection bullshit. Just put a fucking gun to the back of my head and call it a day.
Yeah,
fuck that.
Yo, man, can we go kill Scooby's dog? Because if we're gonna go kill a dog, can we go kill Patches?
Yo, my girl feel the same way, right? I was talking to her and I was like, yo,
she was like, you should kill Scooby's dog.
yeah, right. I was like, yo, man. She got a dog that's sick and like it keep like snapping at people and being a dick, right? You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I was like,
I'd rather rescue Scooby's dog, man.
No, I got some homeboys in Long Island, Scooby. You listen to me. I hope you listen to me right now, Scooby. I got homeboys in Long Island. They tossing poison over your back fence right this second, nigga. I'm just keeping you distracted, watching this stream so they can get away with it.
Yo, we know Pete. We know Peter, right? All right. So anyway, right? My girl's motherfucking dog is sick, right? You know what I'm saying? He snaps. She's gonna have to have it put down. I was like, yo, look. I got rifles and guns. Like, yo, we can take it out back and just pop that nigga in the head and we'll bury it right there by the tree and shit. It won't be that bad. You know what I mean? Like, yo, ammo is cheap. Why are you gonna spend all that money taking it to the vet and getting it put down? She's like, cause that's what you're supposed to do. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Why would you
put them down back in the day?
I just got a new puppy 2 days ago, man. This nigga just laid down and he looked like he understand what the fuck we talking about.
I know, like, yo, you should go over and
Wait, I thought it was a she.
Yeah, she. It is a she, Ginger.
Okay.
Yo, you should go sniff that motherfucker. She
just looked at me like she knew what the fuck we were talking about, and now
like,
she turned her back on me. Yeah,
Wait,
now she turned her back on me and put herself. She's laying in the corner. This dog understands, man. She knows you want to eat it, Tom P. It's got super ears.
Pnoid, did you just compare AP to fucking Joe Biden? Tell him to go sniff his puppy.
Yeah, I said you should go sniff your puppy, see if it smells good. Like,
yo, you know what's fucked up about Joe Biden? He don't sniff black people. You ever notice that?
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. That's some racist shit. Victor,
can't elect him now, can you?
I think she's got some golden lab in her. She looks like kind of like Dreyfus from Empty Nest, but she like got like man, I did pictures of her in the Discord.
Yo, look, man. I mean, this wouldn't even be like the first time. Like, I had to kill a dog because it tried to snap at my kid when I brought it home from the hospital, right?
Yo, sometimes you gotta. That dog did some shit, man.
I feel you. Like, yo, I put a steak knife through his head and into the fucking floor.
Nigga, you didn't have to do it like all that.
Damn, bro. I mean,
like,
shit.
yo,
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. But damn,
he had dog food.
What kind of Crocodile Dundee ghetto shit?
We didn't have no hammers right then. We had knives. That's all the fuck we had at the moment.
I didn't have a blunt object, so I had to. What? What?
All right, Pnoid is secretly Chinese confirmed.
Yo, look, man, I don't like, yo.
This is dinner.
I grew up on a farm. Like, yo, fucking the animal acts out. You just fucking rock that motherfucker and get it done with. Well, I grew up halfway on a farm, sort of, kind of like on the weekends. I was near farms and shit around animals.
Like you grew up in goddamn It's like Dr. Satan's shit, man. Everybody out
What are you
here.
talking- like, yo, man, like, yo,
putting
look,
knives in-
when your dog was fucked up, you shot the motherfucker. When the fucking horse had a broken leg, you shot the motherfucker.
Yeah, but this dog ain't lame, man. Like, it's just a puppy.
I mean, his
saying-
grandma had broke her leg and he fucking shot her too. I mean, this
Yeah,
guy,
now she has
Yo,
a
but
broken
yeah,
leg
that's-
and a gunshot
yo,
wound. I don't know
yo,
if it's
people-
supposed to help the healing process.
People
I don't
ain't
know what the
dogs.
fuck it is.
I can watch a person get shot. I could watch a person get boiled alive and not even blink.
Like, yo, see, I don't know. I have a hard time watching people get shot.
Nah,
You know
fuck
what I'm
that.
saying?
Fuck that. People deserve it. People did that shit.
Nah, see, I like people more than I like dogs.
I see. Man, you just differ in that way, my friend.
I like people. You know what I'm saying? Like I like human beings. I think they cool creatures. You know what I'm saying? They smooth and shit, and you know they don't. Fuck
You know
up
what,
or
man?
whatever.
You're right. Mr. Rogers wouldn't want me to be out here talking reckless like this about people. I should be talking about like, man, every person's special and unique.
Nah, it ain't that.
Life
Yo,
ain't
like,
shit.
yo, look,
Get
I'm
the
on
fuck outta
team
here.
human, nigga. Right? I'm on team human. What I'm saying is that, like, yo, you ever watch somebody get their fucking throat cut? You know what I'm saying? They hear that
Yeah.
like pig noise they make because they fucking
Yeah.
try to suck that
Yeah.
shit down their windpipe. I saw that shit on like rotten.com or whatever the fuck it was back in the day or whatever, right? You know what I mean? And like, yo, that shit was fucking murderous. You know, like it was fucking horrible to watch. It gave me nightmares and shit. Right? But like legit.
Let me
like,
tell you a
nigga-
story from when I was about 8 years old,
Go
Tom
ahead,
P.
go ahead. Go ahead.
We went over to my buddy Chris's house, and there was two of us spending the night over there. And about 2 a.m, man, we all woke up to this big bang, huge bang, and we hunkered down for a minute because we didn't know what the fuck happened. It like rocked the house, man. It was like something hit the fucking house, like a car had hit the house or something. Come to find out, it was a shotgun. And when we opened his dad's bedroom door, his dad had blown his head off in the bedroom. His brain was all over the fucking wall, and he was making that noise, still gurgling out of his fucking neck hole. So yeah, I've heard that noise before, Tom P. I still don't fuck with me to see people get shot because you know what? That motherfucker was weak, and the human world is better without that bitch ass nigga. He'll kill himself with a bunch of kids in the house in his charge. It took me some years to come to terms with it, but fuck that motherfucker.
I feel what you're saying. Right? I do. You know what I'm saying? But on the same point, like it just that's tough for a motherfucker. Like, yo, I mean, I found dead bodies and shit when I was a pup. You know what I mean? Like that place where that dude got stabbed that one time I was telling you about or whatever. Like right up the block, there was like dead bodies, you know what I'm saying? We found in the corner and shit, whatever, you know, like is what it is. But like, you know, me personally, like for a dog, you just get down the level, like, man, yo, there's too many motherfuckers out here with like fucking running around with pit bulls in their goddamn backyard that they don't deserve to fucking have. And I'm just, you know.
You want to hear something even sadder about that story?
What up?
That kid's big brother. They went to go live with their grandparents.
Right.
When he was about 16 years old, that kid's big brother ended up getting shot by the cops in the front yard because he was all I don't know what the whole detailed story was. Something to do with drugs. He was out of his fucking mind. Apparently, he jumped out the window, pulled out a fucking gun when he hit the fucking ground. Cops lit his ass up. So those parents, like the grandparents, like lost their son, and then one of their grandkids, both to some fucking bullets, man.
Yeah,
that's some shit.
That was his big brother later on. I mean, Chris still, I think he went to prison, but he's out and working and shit. Now he's real into God and shit, the way I understand it. Last I saw him on social media, he was asking why there are no godly women once he got out of prison. So I think he learned something about Jesus in there. So, you know how
how
So
that
he
works.
went full born again.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make amends for some of that fucked up shit he used to do, man. I don't know. I lost touch with him in high school, but he ended up, I think he did some time, and then he became like a hardcore born again Christian when he got out. And his big brother's dead, and his daddy dead, and his grandparents probably dead now. So you know, Jesus is all he got, and I wish him well.
I feel you. Like I know families like that. You know what I mean? Like my boy Mikey and shit. His fucking older brother came through and stabbed his fucking mom, stabbed his dad, and killed his fucking sister and shit. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know motherfuckers like that.
In high school, me and Gasly both knew a chick that murdered her fucking mom. Straight up, killed her fucking mother like a psycho.
I used to know this chick that gave blowjobs over on the playground and shit. She used to carry a razor blade in the mouth. She done cut like 3 or 4 bitches' faces up.
Oh yeah, that's just some 90s shit though, man. That's how 90s protection. I think we've all carried a razor blade in our mouth before, haven't we?
The good old days. The good old days.
Man, yo,
That reminds me of a story. I think it was Mr. Obvious did a video on this like a day or two ago. Did you see the story about the one fucker who stabbed his brother and like his parents or some shit because he was like self-quarantined or something, and they wanted him to stop watching porn because that's all he was doing all day. He was jacking off all day, and he fucking decides like, well, you want me to stop watching porn? Well, guess what? I'm just gonna fucking murder you.
Damn.
Did y'all see that shit?
Is it really
No.
worth that? Like,
No.
I mean, I've watched some porn, but I've never been like beholden to porn. It don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
some of these
apparently
motherfuckers
this man
like
was.
love porn, and I'm over here like, nigga, haven't you fucked? Don't you have memories? Haven't you fucked a bitch? You can just remember how that shit was. Like, what's with the like? What? I don't know, man. Like, just like any man, I've watched some porn before, but it ain't my like everyday regular thing, man. Some of these motherfuckers out here though, they got real porn addictions. Start to fuck them up.
No, apparently this man, it was important enough to him to commit murder
Gave up on
of your own
pussy.
family. Like everyone in the house just marked them.
You ever
Because
been
they
in one of
wanted
them,
to
you ever
stop
been in
watching
one of them
porn.
bad relationships when you was younger and you was motherfucking like watching porn and like a female get mad at you and try to stab you over that shit?
You mean like in your early 20s? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get stabbed over that. I got stabbed because I fell asleep during an argument at like 3 a.m.
Yo, this
that's a little
bitch, she fucking stabbed me over that motherfucking shit. And like, I was such a bad. She ripped the car door off my car. I was fucking pissed.
Damn, bitch, who was you dating?
You're
She-Hulk?
dating fucking. Damn it! You just fucking stole the words out of my mouth. I was about to say you're dating fucking She-Hulk, Pnoid. What the fuck?
Yo, this
Shit, what? To rip the door off your car, man?
Jeez.
Yeah.
But
she
big
jumped on top of-
monster!
Yeah, she jumped on top of the door and started like bouncing on it like a goddamn fucking seahorse thing, whatever. The goddamn punk, so she ripped the fucking hinge off the fucking door.
Nigga, that's some Marvel Universe shit.
I don't know what to say to that one, man. The girls I've dated, they're the ones that actually watch porn more than I do, and they'd be like, "Yo, I'm watching porn. Come over here." Like, you over here dating fucking She-Thanos or some shit. Not even She-Hulk.
I'll tell you this: my ex-wife felt some kind of way about me watching some porn once, and I didn't respond very well to it because I'm like, if you was doing your job, I wouldn't be in here watching porn.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not the one watching it. It's like
You find your
it's
husband
like-
watching porn, you're doing something wrong. Like it's like Chris Rock said about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. You the first lady. You supposed to be the first one on your knees to suck that motherfucker's dick. You know how he gets when he don't get his medicine. You know that, man. You know you need to suck Bill Clinton's dick before he goes to work every day.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
not wrong. It's like, bro, if I'm over here watching porn trying to jack off, it means you're not doing your job right.
Yeah, that's right, nigga.
Yep.
That's right.
That's the situation? Is that the situation, Pnoid? Have we determined?
that's the situation, man. Like, you just gotta let motherfuckers know. You know what I mean? I told a bitch the other night, she's like, why won't you be with me? I was like, bitch, shut up. You should be thankful I even deal with you on some real shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you just gotta be that type of motherfucker every once in a while, man. Listen, fuck, motherfuckers be slipping and shit.
I just learned from
These
Stu
hoes
back
do
in the
that.
day. You can't love these hoes, man. I mean, I don't get rude, but I have this level of like cool detachment that's worked for me since I was a kid. Where like, you ain't got to be mean. You just can't be impressed with pussy.
Yo,
Like
look, there's
bitches
some
can
pussy
smell
out
being
there.
impressed by pussy, man.
Yo,
You just can't be impressed with it.
I feel you,
Yeah,
but there's
you
some
gotta
pussy out there that's impressive. That's the motherfucker about.
You know what, man? But at our age, when's the last time you saw impressive pussy?
Like 2 weeks ago.
For real?
Yeah.
You still get impressed by pussy at 40?
Yo, look here, man. Let me be real with you. All right, let me be real with you. All right, like yo, there's pussy, and then there's like there's shot. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like there's pussy, and then there's that. You know what I mean? That amazing shit. You know, we're like it's squirting all over you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfucking clamping down on your dick on a regular basis.
The pussy
You know
that
what?
actually sucks your dick, that kind
You
of.
know what? I can think of one pussy like that in the last 5 years.
Yeah, see, I run into this all the time. You know what I mean?
And I was in a threesome, so I felt the difference, and I was real drunk, so I said it out loud.
Oh.
It didn't stop anything. I think the word I used some weird words about it too. I think I just
At least the guy who took it as a compliment.
yeah, he wasn't upset at all.
Like yo, there's some shit out there that'll fuck you up. I'll be real with you. There's some shit out there that you just be like, God damn, man, I don't know what the fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do. Like, you'd be like, yo, I wanna keep this pussy, but on the same point, you don't want to stand here, you know what I mean, and like be on some nonsense about it. You know what I mean?
You can't let her know she's got a valuable commodity.
Oh, I feel you. I'm with your ideology. Like it just, man, listen. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know you are
Shit.
because I blame women for goddamn every problem in the world, and I can back all that shit up too. 99% of the problems I run into that really frustrate me, I can trace back to a fucking woman.
Dude, I
Name
got
something.
5 kids,
Name a
nigga.
problem. Any problem in the goddamn world. Go.
Fucking
Any of y'all welcome to jump in. Name a problem.
Yo. The petrodollar status.
All right, I'll tell you why the petrodollar status is like that, man. Because fucking women. I'll tell you why. Because nigga,
on,
ask me some shit I know about, nigga. What the fuck? I can't blame nothing in Saudi Arabia on women. That's them Arabs, man. That's different. So
you know what?
Saudi's
Maybe-
just fucked up, all right? Because if you give women absolute, okay, I'll tell you why. Because Saudi let women drive. That's why, Pnoid. Because Saudi let women drive, and they reckon so many goddamn cars out there that the Saudis see the valuable commodity they have, just like we were talking about a minute ago. And now the oil price is up.
The oil price is down.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, no shit.
That's women's fault too, nigga.
Yo, because Corona.
Wait, was that Russian women because of Russian women?
No, because it's women's fault. Man, look, ask me another question. Name another problem. I don't know about that shit. Ask me about something I know about. Some real shit.
Some real shit.
The coronavirus. Go.
Coronavirus is definitely some dumb fucking bitch scientist in China who didn't want to wash her fucking hands because she had to get out of there quick to go home and pick up her goddamn kid from daycare because she couldn't stay with the fucking man that she had the kid with because she thought she could do better. That's why. Now we all gotta die because of one fucking Chinese single mother.
What about the bat soup?
Who cooks in China, nigga?
Everybody.
Nah, men don't cook
Yo,
in
it was
China.
it was a dude putting that grease over top of the dog.
Yo, man, but that ain't cooking. That's torture. That's different.
Yo, that was cooking. That nigga was
torture.
cooking the dog.
I say they got men for torture. They got women for cooking. I'll tell you how, man. I'll tell you how. Because a man cooked it up, then women. All right, so check it out. Here's the situation. Look, man, ask me an American problem. All right.
No, I'll come with the assist for AP. The bat was female. There you go.
Boom. Female bats.
Female bat. It was a female bat taking a shit wherever it wanted. It was too
That's
lazy
right.
to go to the bathroom.
Wano, man. Also, something that you don't want to let that motherfucker know the value of. Just like pussy. There you go. Nigga, come up with an American problem.
He said, how's a posi track on a Dodge work? You don't know. It just
Don't
does.
You like to look at homos naked? I mean, that's fine, man.
Get out of the way. You're blocking the clowns.
I'm gonna get high for this. All right, one more. I'm gonna get it this time. Give me an American problem.
Give you an American problem.
Okay.
American problem, so I can blame it on women while I get high.
An American problem.
Okay, here's one for you. Florida man.
No, that's a man. All right, here's the problem with Florida man right here. Is feminists want to be telling men how to be men, but we ain't allowed to tell women how to be women, right? That gets frustrating for a motherfucker, and that's how you get a motherfucker like Florida man. Because even when he went to court trying to talk about he wanted to see his kids and shit, and this bitch was like, judge said, nah, because you a man, I'm gonna need a drug test, I'm gonna need a background check, I'm gonna make sure we need to have somebody come look at your house and shit. And they're like, but you didn't do that with the bitch. And they're like, yeah, but we just default to the bitch as a good person unless she's smoking crack right in front of us. And that's when Florida man snapped. Right there, man. He became Florida man. He said, I ain't gonna let this happen to anybody else. I don't want nobody else coming to Florida. It's bad here. And he started doing that shit on the news, trying to keep people away. Women's problem.
I can't even argue with that. Fuck. Next thing you know, he's fucking naked. in
I've
Walmart
studied
fighting over
different
toilet
ways
paper.
of arguing on the internet. And there are different styles, man. Like there's Metacurian style kung fu where you don't get mad no matter what, and you just go, yeah, okay, buddy, and you just come back at their ass. But then there's Scooby style arguments, Scooby style verbal bitch grappling, where you start telling some truth about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with what you're talking about, because what you're talking about is bullshit. But you throw that little bit of truth in the middle, and people totally fucking forget. And they're at the end, they're like, I mean, okay, whatever.
All right, okay. All right, I'll give you a problem. Blame it on women. Scooby.
All right.
Tell me how Scooby is to blame for women.
That
Or
all
how women
goes.
are
Yeah,
for
I got
Scooby.
that one. Oh, I got this one, man. I got this one. All right, hold on. Let me,
A woman in his family spread her legs for the weirdest retard they could find.
let me explain women and how women ruined Scooby. Scooby's dad died when he was relatively young, and he was stuck with his mom. And Scooby didn't have guidance from a fucking man. So he had to fake the fucking funk. And he never learned how to be a fucking man. That's why he acts like a woman. Every way he fights, every way he argues is female and gynocentric. And that's because he learned it from fucking women. And that's why he acts the way he does. That's why instead of going out and trying to be all those things that he wants to be and he respects so much and he pretends to be all the fucking time, and actually he can't. He'd rather just fake the funk. Because to a woman, it doesn't fucking matter what's really going on. It just matters what you can tell the world on social media. Your boyfriend could be beating the shit out of you at home, but as long as you showing little baby pictures and selfies on social media, everybody thinks you cute and shit. That's why Scooby's like he is. And then his fat bitch, ugly, creepy fucking wife, who probably got a clit like a fucking penis stuck on her in the front. She ended up marrying this motherfucker, and she didn't tell him neither, because she is worthless as he is, and she needed a house to live in, so she stuck with that fucking mom and Scooby too. It comes down to Mrs. Scooby. It comes down to Scooby's fucking mom not throwing him out of that goddamn house and letting him live in a fucking room that he's been living in since his bassinet was in that goddamn room, and then letting his wife move the fuck in there, surrounding him by goddamn women, being taken care of by a mother until he's 42 fucking years old, accepting every goddamn excuse he has. You know you ain't disabled, motherfucker. Go back to work, you old fat bitch. That's why women ruin Scooby.
Damn, I intentionally did not want to fucking interrupt you because I hope to God XL comes and clips that clips that shit out and fucking sends it to you.
That's why
And
Scooby's mom gotta
4
die.
years
That's why we gotta keep calling her until she has that heart attack. Because goddamn it, Scooby, I'm gonna save you, man.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. AP.
Yo.
I know you're smoking, not drinking, but cheers, motherfucker. That was good.
This bud's for you.
that was beautiful, man. But yo, look, man, it is 2:30 in the morning, and I want to go make some food because I'm fucking hungry.
All right.
Yeah, Scooby331 from Discord. Yeah, that motherfucker's a bitch. Right. You know what I mean? So like here's the deal, right? Yo, I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's appreciate everybody coming out for this stream. I'm gonna try and figure out how to shut this bitch down. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, I'm just gonna end up muting out Excel. Make sure you motherfucking sub to Adonis Paul's channel. Make sure you sub to Gaming and Yelling. Make sure you watch Doku over on Mad Dodge's channel. You know what I mean? Whenever Doku's the hell over there. And we always appreciate Doku coming out. Thank you, Nomad Capitalist. He has a thing that he does in some Bitcoin network thing. I don't know, man. It was a pain in the ass to get into.
I used to appreciate Doku coming out, but I ain't seen him in the chat not a good hot minute over at the Blunt stream. You need to come down to the casino every once in a while.
Bro, I'll come down to the casino. I was there last week. Forgot what you guys were talking about. I was kind of drunk.
I'm talking about on the live. I see you when you come by on the Pleasure Palace channel. But you gotta be subscribed to all three, nigga. You gotta know about the Don's Paul channel, the live channel, and then the Pleasure Palace channel. That's how you get all your Blunt stream goodness. I'm out here fucking shitting gold, man. I want to give some nuggets to you, man. Cash that shit in.
Oh shit! I'll make sure I do that. Fucking, I'll go ahead and have to check every time you shill. I'm fucking up over here, dude. I'm off my game. I'll show my own shit that I co-host. It's Exiled Opinions. It's Saturday usually. Sometimes we do Friday. Sometimes we do Sunday. We turn Rotten Tomatoes into a drinking game, and we're obnoxious, fucked up drunks who make very off-color and politically incorrect jokes. And I'm surprised YouTube hasn't banned us yet. So
that is the situation.
That is the situation.
All right, so I'm about to boot Excel, man. Thank you. You know the situation. Man, yo, look, I'm Tom P from Pnoid News. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this shit. I'm going to see if I can figure out some way to shut this bitch down. In the meantime, you know what I mean? Thank you, Excel, for running this. You know what I mean? Because you probably, hopefully, try to see this tomorrow. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.